Wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
See, I was waiting on something, Shasky. As I say good morning to everybody out there, and oh, baby, it is Wednesday, 4 days away from the season opener between the Niners and the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field in Chicago. But I swore when I was driving in, I said, man, we bet not open the show with a Giants highlight or a low light or whatever. We just bet not.
Why?
Because let me tell you, I had a call with Nahegan yesterday. He goes, Ponte, look. I don't think you want to tell the people that you only watched 4 innings of baseball over the weekend. And my counter to that is, I care about my mental health. My mental health is more important to me than spending another second on the 2022 San Francisco Giants. Now, I'll watch a few innings here and there, but I tell you what, I ain't watching the whole game. WNBA playoffs yesterday, fire. Vegas Aces, congrats. You're going to the WNBA finals. Sue Bird's last ever game as a basketball player. It's pretty sad.
She's a 5-time gold medalist.
And 4-time champion.
She spent 20 years at the Olympic club level. Anyway, I thought that was incredible.
No, she was incredible. Breanna Stewart was incredible. Chelsea Gray was balling. Plum from Washington, she's balling. And then you had the U.S. Open. Kyrgios is losing his dome, losing his mind. All the talent in the world, and he's just an emotional wreck. Breaks his brackets at the end of the match, threw his bracket down in the middle of the match. Just a wreck. Embarrassing. He's got to clean it up. He's not even, and I was texting Spinoni about it. Hey, it's like John McEnroe. He used to go through. John McEnroe's a champion.
Well, yeah.
Somebody on the timeline yesterday tried to say, well, he's kind of like Draymond Green. No. Draymond Green's a 4-time champion. Nick Kyrgios has won nothing. All right? Let's stop comparing them to champions, legends. So it kind of took my mind off the Giants as I see all your Giants gear. Lewis Brinson, great story. The most exciting thing of the Giants, and he's only been here for 2 days. 2 days. And that's the most exciting part about the Giants. If I had to watch Dominic Leone pitch again, or if I had to read his name in the box score, you know what? Shasky, you take it. I don't even want to go off on the Giants this morning. I'm not even going to do it. It's Niners week. I want to get fired up. No, the Giants are a joke.
Can you let me then? Can we talk this out? We'll get into the Niners because I want to get into Shanahan specifically today, but not in this moment. I want to get into the Giants for a second here. We make so much about the NBA and them resting stars, don't we?
Yep.
We really do. We make a big deal out of it. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no doubt.
Right? Like, I'm talking about the media, the fans, social media. Do you know what last night was for the San Francisco Giants? A ridiculous scheduled loss. No, seriously. Follow me down this path. Follow me down this path for a second. I have been adamant that there are too many baseball games in general, correct? And I think a lot of people are like, the sanctity of 162. They have had 6 months. It is September 6th last night. They've had 6 months to find one guy in 5 levels of their organization who can come up and give them 4 innings. And they went John Brebbia, a 32-year-old who just came off the IL, who's just a bucket. I mean, just bailing water left and right. They opened a game against their arch rivals, who they went toe-to-toe with last year, and they're fighting for their life. Okay, their 2022 season is on the brink, and there is not one guy in this entire farm system who can come up and give them 3 innings, 4 innings. John Brebbia is the best you've got as an opener on a team that the bullpen stinks. We're going to go bullpenning against our rivals, against the best team in baseball, with a team that the Giants, can't use Doval because he pitched 3 days in a row. I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. Farhan Zaidi, I'm so out on you. I'm the smartest guy in the room. I'm reinventing baseball. 4 years, 6 months in, and you don't have one guy in triple, double, or the 17 single A levels that are out there, rookie ball and all that crap. You don't have one guy who can come up and give you a spot start for 3 or 4 innings. It's an absolute embarrassment. So this is my mantra from here on out on when it comes to Farhan. Because it's not Kapler. Everyone wants to rip Kapler.
Yeah, no,
Kapler's doing
Kapler.
the bidding of Farhan.
Yeah. You want to rip Kapler. No. You gave credit to Farhan Zaidi all 2021. 107. How many times did we talk about it? Oh, Farhan Zaidi, what a genius. He flipped it so quick. We told you guys, Farhan Zaidi this. Keep the same energy now that the Giants have 69 losses.
Thank you.
Keep the same energy.
They're closer to the Pirates. Okay, the Pirates have 50 wins. The Giants are infinitely closer to the Pirates than they are the Dodgers, who are leading baseball.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the reality of where they are. And you went out there with your season on the line. I don't care how bleak it is. Your season's on the line. And you said, we're going to go bullpenning with the worst bullpen in baseball. And no Doval, who's the best player in your bullpen. It's an absolute joke. So from here on out, Farhan, this is where I'm at with him. I'm out on Farhan. It is up to him to lure me back in through his actions to prove to me, the Giants fan, that he actually cares about winning. And it's just same thing with the ownership, everyone. I don't care who you want to direct the blame at. Farhan, I'm the smartest guy who ever lived. The opener worked for us last year. Well, no, actually it didn't. You know why it worked for the Dodgers? This is the funny thing. Everyone's like, well, the Dodgers did the opener in the playoffs. Yeah, and then they handed the ball to Urias in the second inning, who had 20 wins last year. You handed the ball to Island Garcia, who's been an absolute dumpster fire for 2 months. So this is where I'm at from here on. I mean this. I'm dead serious when I say I love the Giants. I love baseball. I am so disgusted by this brand of baseball that I've watched, and it starts with this giggly guy at the top who thinks he's smarter than everyone. You have had 6 months and 4 years to find a guy, one guy who you could just hand the ball to and go 3 innings, and you go John Brebbia with your season on the line. It's disgusting.
Well,
it's legitimately disgusting.
it's embarrassing.
As a consumer, if you paid for a ticket to go see John Brebbia and Island Garcia come in and just lose to Tyler Anderson, who was a Giant starter last year. And here's the funny thing.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Whatever. Who cares? It doesn't even matter. The backdrop. Here's the funny thing. The backdrop is this, B. Oh, we can find pitching. Oh, if Rodon walks, we're so smart. You can find pitching. Yet you couldn't find a guy in your entire system who can go 4 innings yesterday.
It's embarrassing.
And it's a joke.
It's embarrassing.
It's an absolute joke.
It's embarrassing. You know, I said this last week, Shasky, when you're out, when Langford was filling in. And good morning to Stephen Langford. Good morning to Sam Lubman. Good morning to everybody getting off the graveyard shifts. And if you're at work, what is up? Sorry, we got to go on this rant here. But
no, I was disgusted yesterday.
I refuse to watch 9 innings of this. I refuse. And I told you right before the All-Star break, Farhan, you're now on the clock. Because guess what's going to happen now? Kickoff's coming up on 9/11. Actually, kickoff's tomorrow between the Bills and the Rams.
Literally tomorrow.
Literally tomorrow. I have no reason to talk about the San Francisco Giants until opening day. Unless you go out there and go on a shopping spree and you spin for Judge and you spin for Turner and you spin for Bell, or you do whatever you got to do. They legit need 10 players. Legit 10 players.
I know.
You need 2 starters. Because, damn it, if I see Alex Wood go another 5 innings and give up 4 runs again, I'm going to lose my crap. I'm going to lose it all.
What if we just do opener for the rest of the year?
I mean, the bullpen stinks. Bullpen just smells bad. Smells bad. Dominic Leone goes into this game, and it's automatic.
I'm not even mad at him.
I'm not even mad.
Why do you keep going to him? Like, this is the best you... That's my number one thing.
This is the best you got.
This is the best you have?
This is the best you have.
Again,
this is the best you have.
26-year-old Bryce Johnson is out there in right field. Okay, I don't even... he batted like 290 in AAA. Bryce Johnson?
Yeah, I never heard of him. Never heard of him. Listen. This team, everybody said, well, the farm system's gotten better over Farhan Zaidi. Well, can I see it at the major league level? I don't care what they're doing in Eugene, Oregon. I don't care what they're doing in Richmond, Virginia, or Sacramento, or San Jose. What are they doing for my big league club? Where's my farm at? Well, I saw Ramos drop from 5 to 18th in the rankings. So, should I even look at the rankings anymore? That's a waste. Hunter Bishop ain't batting 200. Bat 200. It's your first round pick.
Meanwhile, everyone else from that top 10 from
is
that
up
class,
in the big leagues.
Or it was a part of a trade.
Right.
So here's the thing: like the Giants need to accept their reality. You're the Pirates.
Well,
with a bloated payroll.
And listen, we got kickoff tomorrow. Niners football with Shanahan, Trey, Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Bosa, Warner, Tart,
Superstars
Ward,
galore.
Superstars galore. Trent Williams, Juszczyk, Elijah Mitchell. And then they got the Warriors. Some of the dudes are already practicing at Chase Center.
Jimmy Garoppolo holding a clipboard is more fun than watching the San Francisco Giants try to bat right now,
Dude,
outside of Lou Brinson.
Jonathan Kuminga and these stupid stories about him not being focused is more interesting than anything the Giants have going on.
I actually haven't commented on that, but
Well,
get
I'll
to
let you
that.
comment on that.
Yeah.
Moses Moody.
Yeah.
All right. The Warriors working out 4 guys is more. It's more mentally stimulating than talking about the Giants.
Steph's new book?
That's Steph's new book. Gary Payton II said, "Yeah, I took the money.
Yeah, but I don't
it's
blame
fine.
him.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care." Alfred Payton working out for the Warriors is more mentally stimulating than talking Giants baseball.
Imagine how arrogant you have to be to tell the fans, and I've seen it through the media, because like all the media people that are connected
It's
to
a
the Giants.
PR. It's a PR. Just go ahead.
No, but like every single one of them is doing PR damage control, and they're like, I mean, they really do find pitching. They find pitching. They replenish pitching, because we're talking about Rodon coming back, right? Okay, so you're going to find pitching in the offseason, but in 4 years and 6 months, in September, when you can add a couple of slots to the roster, not as big as you used to,
Right.
you couldn't find a guy in your whole system to go 3 or 4 innings, and I'm supposed to believe that you're going to replenish Carlos Rodon?
I mean,
Bonte, is that?
he's gone.
I'm asking out loud.
It's asinine. It's asinine to believe that.
ridiculous.
It's asinine to believe that. Then when I hear things, and I guess you're supposed to say this, but we're open to bringing back Brandon Belt. We're open to bringing back
God.
Yaz.
I mean-
Go ahead and trot out Yaz. Go trot out Brandon Belt again. And really, nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to come. And let me tell you, the next 9 months, we got the Niners and we have the Warriors. Giants, you got to make us talk about you.
Hot stove?
Make us talk about you. Do something. Do something.
I feel like the kid in the meme with the stick, and he's like pointing it at, like, do
Dude,
something.
And so here's the thing.
Is it meme or meme?
Yeah, meme. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Farhan, you brought up that Farhan, you're out on him, and Kapler. I said last week, if you fire Kapler or Farhan, I'm not losing any sleep over it. I'm not because for some reason, Farhan, and I've been trying to figure this out. What's our guy's name, the Dodger fan who walks around here? He's the engineer. What's his name? Langford, what's his name?
Yeah, Dodger.
Skyler.
And he was talking mad smack.
Oh, he talks mad smack. Skyler.
We haven't even talked about Max Muncy turning into Babe Ruth, but continue.
Skyler's like, I'm like, yo, man, what did Farhan do down there in Dodger Stadium? Skyler looks me in my eyes and said, really? We're all about Andrew Friedman. No, seriously. Because when Farhan got the job, he got all the credit for the Dodgers' success. Like Andrew Friedman wasn't there. Like Andrew Friedman didn't build the Tampa Bay Rays. Like Andrew Friedman is not out there willing and dealing. Farhan did everything? Oh, well, he drafted this guy. He did this guy. He also helped bench Bellinger in a World Series in an MVP season. Because, there's a lefty on the mound. We can't play Bellinger because the lefty-on-lefty matchup. The numbers don't add up.
He was the NLCS MVP, and he sat game 1 and game 2. It's the most absurd thing.
It's the most absurd thing of all time. So Skyler's telling me, y'all give Farhan way too much credit. And I've been trying to say that. Last year, I was trying to say, hey, maybe we give Kapler some credit here. Not all Farhan. He's in the suite. Kapler's on the field in the clubhouse. But, that's what it's going to do.
Well,
that's what Farhan's getting all the credit. So, you know what? If they cleaned house this year, why not? The new GM comes in with a pocket full of cash.
Yes.
You can replenish the farm system. Because obviously in 4 years, this farm system everybody talks about is not that good.
Look, we're going to get right back into the Shanahan and the Niners. I just have to get these opinions off my chest, and I'm glad that you are as well. But, Bonte, I'm telling you this right now. I looked at that lineup yesterday. I already ripped the opener thing and the pitching. Let's just look at the outfield right now. Right now, your active outfielders, okay? You want to talk about redundant city, okay? As in they all stink. Lou Brinson, look, I'm fine with bringing in Lou Brinson.
Whatever.
If you're the genius, you should be able to shine up the former first-rounder Lou Brinson. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. Luis Gonzalez, Jock Peterson, Lamont Wade, Mike Yastrzemski, they're all redundant. They're either minimal defensive players in the outfield with a inconsistent bat, or they're horrible hitters who are pretty good defenders, and they're all lefties.
So can I give you something on Mike Yastrzemski? He's 32 years old.
He's done.
He's 32 years old.
It's the slipper that was glass is turned into a pumpkin.
Let me give you his averages since June.
Okay, give it to me.
In the month of June, he batted 168. In the month of July, he batted 176. In August, he batted a robust 119.
Bonte.
This guy's not even batting 200 the last three months.
I've been saying this, and I don't know why they don't do this. You did it with DeSclafani. You basically created an injury. Now, people can say whatever, oh, you had ankle surgery. And put freaking Yastrzemski and Longoria, put them on the IL. What are we doing?
Why wouldn't you just let Ramos play?
But that's my point.
You're 65 to 69. Season's over October 5th.
And even if he stinks, you lose his value. Well, he has no value.
He has no value.
He's 18th in your farm.
He's done.
He has no value.
Done.
I mean, what are we doing? They played yesterday. They played Thairo Estrada in left field.
Oh, I know.
They've got an abundance of DH outfielders, basically, and they're putting Thairo Estrada on the other. Why? Because they got to shoehorn Longoria in there at third, and Wilmer's good, so Wilmer deserves to play. But Wilmer should be at either first or he should be at third, and then they're trying to play VR. Like the whole lineup. Yesterday's lineup was an insult to my baseball intelligence.
What do you mean? The lineup has been the last month and a half.
It's been
Have you seen the lineups?
It's a joke.
Have you seen the lineups? Did you see the lineups against the Phillies?
Fonte, did you see the video that Will Clark put out? Will Clark put out a video in the middle of the Giants game, and it was him, like, basically saying to the crowd in his suit when he got his, retirement number, and it was like, I'm a Giant, I'm always going to be a Giant. And it was just his face and the fire and the passion. And I said to myself, imagine telling Will Clark in his prime, we're going with John Brebbia and the season's on the line. And we're putting Estrada out in left field.
Or you're going to sit this game because Tyler Anderson is a lefty, and you're going to sit on the bench. They're going to sit on the bench.
Why do I care more about this team winning than them?
We all do.
That's the way it feels.
But you know what?
I don't think it's that way.
But you know what's
I
so
don't
funny?
think it's that way, but that's the way it feels.
They don't even get me upset anymore. Let me tell you why. Because back in April, when everybody told me I was a lunatic, and I said, you just watch. This team is unwatchable. They have no swagger. And again, I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face. You're hitting the dab in 2022. Says everything about your damn baseball team. You're hitting the damn dab. A dance that's 7 years old. 7 years old. 7 years played out. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody. But the Giants think it's cool. The little hashtag game up, they think that's cool. I mean, you're right. And everybody, this team is such a joke. And they don't even get me outraged anymore because I saw this coming. The regression. And now look at them. You're back to ground zero. And who the hell's going to want to? That's the other thing. I know Mark Willard's going to come in here, and I love Mark Willard, but he's going to say, cash rules everything around these guys. They're going to take the money. Who the hell's going to take this money? This is dead money if you come to the Giants right now. Aaron Judge, you have one of the best seasons I've ever seen in my life. Aaron Judge, you better make sure you bring some dudes with you.
Did you see Lewis Brinson hits the home run to start the game? First pitch of the game. Yeah. He gets into the dugout and a couple of claps, and it was just nothing.
Nothing. This team's dry.
It was like he was waiting at the BART turn, waiting for his shuttle to show up. I'm like,
no
what?
Fire, no swagger,
You're playing the Dodgers.
No talent.
Your season's on the line.
Nothing. So why should I sit here and watch a 9? I got morning show. I'm not staying up till 10 o'clock to watch these dudes. I'd rather watch the WNBA playoffs, which has been exciting and riveting.
I know.
It's good for my men. Like the sports weekend was great, and I watched 4 innings of Giants baseball. They're out for me. They are out. They are option number 15A. I'd rather watch Hawaii play Cal Poly in a college football game than watch these dudes trot on the field and play a baseball game.
But the part that really drives me crazy is that I do believe, I know everyone baseball's it, not in this market. People care about the Giants.
People love the Giants.
They do.
They love the Giants.
I think that Giants fans as a whole, and I believe that I'm right in the middle of the entire pack of everyone, I'm so disappointed in the product they're trotting out on a nightly basis. That's my number one problem.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Bonte,
the A's have a better record since the All-Star break. You know that?
Everyone has a better record than them since the All-Star break.
The Yankees.
But I'm looking at the Pirates right now, right? And I said, okay, well, the Pirates have 50 wins. And everyone's like, the Pirates have no future. They played an entire roster of guys 27 or younger yesterday. Now, I get it. Like, their farm is farther along. What do you have to lose at this point? Like, what do you have to lose? Okay, you want to play up Bryce Johnson? I'm okay with that. Fine. But bring up Ramos. Lamont Wade Jr., is he really going to turn back into Cinderella?
Listen,
is that what we think?
The guy's been batting
third. It was a one-year wonder.
Do you understand the guy's been batting second and third with the average of 180, 186? That's been your second and third hitter. Meanwhile, the Diamondbacks, half game behind the Giants, after the Giants torched them last year. Giants torched them. Now I'm looking at the Diamondbacks.
I told you
Marshall's
their
hitting home
roster.
run.
I told you.
Marte's not even doing anything.
He's doing nothing because their entire outfield's a bunch of prospects
Dude, Christian,
who are ballers.
Christian Walker, 32 home runs, right?
Yeah,
Nice little slugger.
what about the third baseman?
McCarthy, third baseman. Oh, Rojas.
Yeah.
Rojas was balling
He's
at
a
the top of the
beast.
lineup. You know, you brought the young prospect up. What's his name? Corbin. You brought him up. They got dudes, and they're ahead. They're a year ahead of schedule. They're getting their players in, getting some reps, and they're giving the Padres everything they can handle right now in San Diego.
No more hashtags. Game up, game on,
So
resilient.
what does anybody
we
know
are
what
giant.
game up mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means we're going to go to an opener with our season on the line, and we're going to play a bunch of nobodies because we don't care as much as the fans do. I'm telling you this, B. This is one of the biggest drop-offs I can ever remember. Remember when the Niners went from the NFC Championship game against Seattle to 8-8?
Yeah.
People lost their minds.
Lost their minds.
This team went from the best team in baseball.
107.
This has got to be one of the biggest drop-offs in the history of sports. They are They're going to be a top 5 pick this year. This feels like that Indianapolis Colts team. Remember, they lost
and listen,
Peyton Manning.
do you even trust-
They lost Peyton Manning. They went from first to
Right,
worst.
and they got Andrew Luck, and they
Okay.
were back in the playoffs.
And right back.
Right back
this
in the
Giants
playoffs.
team is literally going to go from first to worst. And I don't even. Does
There's
anyone
no,
even care?
No, well,
And I'm talking about in the organization.
No. Well, the organization, I hope they care, but there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
That's
That's the only thing. Like, that's why Judge, not happening. Turner, not happening. Rodon's leaving. I'm telling Carlos Rodon, go. Go, Carlos. You don't want to play here. Not with this philosophy, not with this regime. It is done. So I won't lose any sleep if they got rid of Farhan and Gabe Kapler. I really won't. This ain't Giants baseball that we're watching. I don't know what brand this is. This ain't Giants baseball. They threw the numbers up of Willie Mays yesterday in 1958 in that series against the Dodgers. We had 2 home runs and 2 triples in the game, 7 home runs, 14 RBI, and we got to watch this crap. Not doing it no more. Sorry, Matt Nahegan. Not going to watch. I won't even watch 480s the rest of the week. It's football season. 888-957-9570. It's Niner Talk. That's coming up, brought to you by San Diego Tourism Authority. When you're happy and you know it in San Diego, there's no limit to how you can show it. Endless sunshine, coastline, and outdoor adventures inspire waves of feel-good vibes. Plan your trip today at sandiego.org.
Mr. Crick with BetQL. Everyone wants an edge to start the NFL season, so here's a trend to consider. The Baltimore Ravens are 10-4 against the spread in Week 1 games under Harbaugh. Maybe this is because no one takes the preseason more seriously than the Ravens, so they come out of the blocks hot. The Ravens are 7-point favorites on the road to the Jets, so look for Lamar and the boys to light up the scoreboard and cover that 1-touchdown spread in New York. I'm Trista Crick, helping you beat the books.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month. With no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. With the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com. That's getrefunds.com.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like that place with the square pizzas? Or Mama Hoo-Hoo, the spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so.
Order up.
You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
Live on DAZN pay-per-view, September 17th, Part 3. Canelo versus Triple G to take the trilogy. Bad blood, a score to settle, controversy, brutality, pure hostility. For victory, for history, for the trilogy. Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. September 17th, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Visit DAZN.com.
Neuropathy pain? Call Dr. Robert Dees, DC, 925-393-0100.
Don't waste your time trying to sell your old car. Donate it to Cars for Kids. It's the easiest and fastest way to donate your car and get a tax deduction. Donate online at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your car today.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and build that papier-mâché volcano.
I am not cleaning this up.
Ooh, yeah, I meant the kids. Staples will help them move forward. Right now, Crayola 10-count markers and 12-count colored pencils are just 99 cents each, and Staples 1-subject notebooks are only 35 cents. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 9/10, in-store only, limit 30.
Okay, everyone gather around. I have some exciting...
Running her shoe factory, Kendra talks the talk and walks the walk.
We're switching to green energy.
She needs a biotech consultant to erase her carbon footprint.
All operations will net zero emissions.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The John Mulaney contest, originally scheduled to end at 7 p.m. Pacific Time on Friday, September 2nd, 2022, has now ended immediately at 6 a.m. Pacific Time on Friday, September 2nd, 2022. More information and the complete rules for this contest are available at 957thegame.com/rules.
What's going on, Roasters? It's Brian Baldinger with the NFL Network, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
Hey, B, if you didn't catch anybody out there right now, you're driving around for whatever reason, let's say you missed Brian Baldinger that was on with me and Bonte yesterday. He breaks down Trey Lance. He breaks down Justin Fields. He breaks down the entire Chicago Bears team and the current 49er team, and he had some very interesting things to say about Nick Bosa. If you're looking for that, it's on our YouTube page. Just look for Baldy, 95.7 The Game, YouTube.
Or download the Odyssey app, 95.7 The Game. Thousands of other stations and millions of podcasts are free in the Odyssey app. Sports talk, music, news, and podcasts are all available in the Odyssey app, where you can catch Baldy as well. This segment is presented by Golden State Lumber. Lumber and building materials for professional builders and contractors throughout Northern California. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. Let's talk about something other than the Giants. I'd rather talk about the U.S. Open, to be honest with you. I'd rather talk about the WNBA. I'd rather talk about my fantasy baseball team.
The U.S. Open. You ride around the mouth.
I'd rather talk about my fantasy. No. I'd rather talk about my fantasy football team. Oh, is it the U.S. Open?
Yeah, it's called the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I know, DA. Yeah. And they're on the cover.
Andre Mackesy.
Yeah, the Andre Mackesy and Maul McEnroe.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, of course. Dun, 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 dun. They got the little reggae song.
They got so many
hitters. They got hitters on that song. But I'd rather watch all that stuff. And the U.S. Open's been fire. WNBA playoffs been fire. I'd rather talk about fantasy football leagues. The Giants are done today. All right? You're done. The 25 minutes of fame or attention, it's up. Now go out there, throw another opener. I don't even know who's pitching tonight. Who cares?
It's Alex Cobb. And Alex, you better go 7 because we have no bullpen for tonight.
Who cares? And let me tell you, I will not be watching. I will be watching Hard Knocks, and I'll be watching the Dynasty documentary. I'll check the Giants
still
score.
haven't seen it?
We'll probably watch it tonight. We'll watch it tonight. Yesterday was a little busy night. Baby Chess stayed up a little past her bedtime.
It's really hot.
She was up until 8:30, loving. She was loving life, though. We were having a good time.
Nice.
And then she was out.
Nice.
She was out just like that. So the Niners and Shanahan, they're going on the field. And look, we got Bill Romanowski. If you guys aren't ready for week one, if you're not fired up for week one, Romo's coming on at 8 o'clock. And then we may have another special guest. We might have another special guest, a treat. Now, we don't know yet. We don't want to promote it too heavy because things can go awry and this person can flake. But we have a big-time guest coming up.
No.
Apparently, actually, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. So.
Oh, that's a hell of a tease.
Yeah, it's a hell of a tease.
A
Tomorrow,
big-time guest, maybe today, maybe tomorrow.
I thought it was today. I read that wrong.
Who it is.
I read that wrong. I thought it was today at 8 o'clock. That is tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, a big-time guest. But Romo's going to come on at 8 o'clock, and I just wonder what's going through these players' minds right now as they hit the practice field today, getting ready to game plan for the Chicago Bears. What is Kyle Shanahan thinking? Is Kyle Shanahan walking in like, I finally have my new toy, Trey Lance, and I'm going to cook up some things against these young Bears that they've never seen before? I'm so excited about football season being here. And the Niners are kicking off in Chicago Soldier Field with their new franchise quarterback. Whoo, what does Shanahan got in store from Matt Eberflus in his rookie debut?
It does feel like Shanahan has now become very similar. There's other guys. He's not the only one, okay?
Right.
So I'll say that on the front end. It feels like he's a kingmaker in a sense of every year he's found a different playmaker or a person to spotlight and turn into a star, right? You know, he did it with George Kittle. Right, he did it with Jimmy Garoppolo, I guess, to a certain degree. He did it with Deebo Samuel. It feels like, could it be Ayuk? Could it be Trey Lance? Like, there are so many openings. He did it with Elijah Mitchell to a certain degree. I mean, how many people were drafting Elijah Mitchell in the first 5 or 6 rounds of their fantasy drafts?
He went high.
You know, and we don't even know if he's going to be the number 1 dog.
Yeah, I couldn't
because of
touch
how
him.
Shanahan works.
Yep, I couldn't touch him.
I'm looking at Shanahan, and I do feel like this year is all about him. As much as we want to obsess about clipboards and the quarterback who's 22 and is he going to struggle and his psyche and this, to me, this is 6 years in. He's built the entire roster from ground zero, and every decision from here on out is going to be with the backdrop of you hand selected this guy. You moved heaven and earth to move up to go get Trey, and you still haven't really moved off of Jimmy. You know, how's this going to play out? And if it plays out in his favor, you're looking at a guy who's going to be here, Bonte, what, 10, 12, 15 years?
Hopefully this is year 6 of Shanahan. Boy, time is flown by.
That's what I'm saying.
Time is flying, man.
If
Year
they
6
show
of Shanahan
promise,
and Lynch.
You're giving him at least a couple of years.
Well, last year was a big year for Shanahan. I felt like the Niners had to make the postseason. They had to make the postseason.
Really?
They couldn't go 4-5 because the pressure on Shanahan this year would have been ratcheted up. Would have been ratcheted up. But he did go to the NFC Championship last year, and he did scheme it up for Deebo, and he adjusted on the fly. In the second half, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. Shanahan was brilliant in that second half of the season. Now, there's still some calls that we like to have back. NFC Championship game, we would like to have the 3rd and 2 call. We'd like to have the 4th and 2 call back. Instead of punting, we'd rather you go for it. But Shanahan did ball out. And I think that's why, for me, yeah, it is a big year because Mike McDaniels is gone and Rich Scangarello's gone, and everybody's giving Mike McDaniel the credit for coming up with formations and stuff like this. This is Shanahan's blueprint now. His fingerprints are going to be all over this offense. There's not going to be any, is Mike McDaniels really calling the plays? Is he drawing up the play? This is all on Shanahan.
Wouldn't you also agree that the success, failure, or somewhere in between of Trey Lance is going to be a direct, not indictment, but reflection of Shanahan?
Well, it should be, because he did move up to 3 for Trey Lance. And they did say no to Tom Brady. And they did say no to Mac Jones. And they did say no to Justin Fields, who's going to be across the sideline for the Chicago Bears, rocking number 1 in that navy blue.
Yeah.
No doubt Shanahan's going to get some heat, because that's the one position in his tenure that they haven't figured out yet. Now they're hoping Trey Lance is a solution. They moved up to 3, and I believe he is a solution, but this is year 6, and it feels like he finally has a quarterback. How many coaches get 5 years to figure out who they want at quarterback?
Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
Not many at all. But he got 5 years to do it, and now he's got his guy. And so, go ahead.
I was going to ask you a question about Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo because I know, and it's not so much
do it
about
on the
Jimmy.
other side.
Yeah,
Do it on the other side.
It's a very specific question about who made who.
Do you have to go there?
I'm just going to ask you a question.
All right.
I'm just going to ask you a question, and you're entitled to answer it however you choose.
All right, that's coming up, sponsored by Valley Transportation Authority.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL season.
Oh my God, what else is there to think about?
Go and score, Jimmy! Hypotheticals. It's Niners versus Bears all week.
The entire team flips over the team training table, runs on out, and tries to beat the Bears.
This is the Bay Area's sports station.
Oh my God.
95.7 The Game.
As you know, sports teams plan well ahead of the next season. And if you're considering remodeling your home, you might want to consider the exact same strategy. So you need to talk with your designer or builder about the upcoming project. Golden State Windows and Doors has inventory coming online, just unbelievable amounts of it. And each location across the Bay Area features beautifully planned displays of doors and windows. You'll be surprised with the various styles that are available. For windows, they got the double hung casement, awning, sliders, and they have the fixed windows. Also, they got bifold windows and doors. And their respected partners include Milgard and Anderson and Marvin. See, Golden State Windows and Doors offers a wide variety of accessories like hardware, handles, knobs, locks, casings, everything you need. You'd be impressed with their well-informed staff, ready to answer questions that you might have and are ready to help you with orders. For locations, images, and more, visit goldenstatelumber.com. Click products, then slide to Windows and Doors. Family owned for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Elise and Carl's Bakery needed a small business loan fast, but instead of going to On Deck, Carl called
Lone Falcon!
Really? Carl?
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com. And if approved, get your loan as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck. Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
Gorgeous gaming, stunning streams, unbelievable bandwidth. It's another Lifestyles of Gagillionaires. Meet the AT&T Fiber customers winning at life with hyper gig speeds. Meet Gagillionaire Terry. While his love of streaming horror movies has him constantly on the edge of his seat, his internet bill won't give him a scare.
Oh, don't go in there. I'm telling you.
Because since Terry upgraded to AT&T Fiber with hyper gig speeds, he doesn't worry about data caps or equipment fees.
Come on, man. The door's open for a reason.
And best yet, he also doesn't stress about a price increase at 12 months, because with the amazing Gagillionaire lifestyle comes an exquisite sense of tranquility. Most of the time. Live like a Gagillionaire. Get straightforward pricing with AT&T Fiber. Internet that upgrades everything. No data caps, no equipment fees, and no price increase at 12 months.
Limited availability in select areas. Visit att.com/hypergig for details.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
We all know someone who's all work and no chill. Trust me, that used to be me. But then I found Galaxy Z Fold 4, which allows me to do more things at once. Much better. Now I can take video calls from my phone and use it to take notes at the same time.
Wait, are you at the spa?
Or check my shopping list while ordering more scented candles and face masks on the foldable, expansive screen. Don't take your to-do list one line at a time. Multitask so you can relax.
Get the new Galaxy Z Fold 4 at Samsung.com today.
At Harris Ranch, we do beef, just like we've done for over 50 years. Beef that's raised locally right here in California. Tender steaks, awesome burgers, and California classics like tri-tip roast. The flavor you crave, the quality you trust time after delicious time. Come on, it's time to get out and grill. Harris Ranch, we do beef. Legendary beef, legendary quality.
Imagine a world with endless possibilities. I'm talking endless saving and endless hot showers. Yeah, you heard me right. Endless hot showers. With Navien, that dream is now a reality. Navien tankless water heaters deliver a continuous flow of hot water for as long as you need it. No waiting for a tank to reheat more water, wasting time and energy. The compact design saves you space and money in comparison to traditional tank water heaters. It's time to make the switch and make your hot water dreams come true. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Wendy's new French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me. Did you just say Wendy's new French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American steaks delivered right to your door, ready for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their website to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had two challenges: improve their brand presence and message and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The result? An integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEBNOW1. That's 877-WEBNOW1.
It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free, so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply.
Looking for a fulfilling career with opportunities for job growth? Is paid training, excellent medical and dental benefits, and a pension important to you? Then apply to become a VTA bus operator, providing VTA customers with a great transit experience. Visit VTA.org/point-A and apply.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. Tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my God!
To the right. Montana back to throw it. To Rice. And it's caught by Jerry Rice, and look out for this one. 49er touchdown from 61 yards away.
And that was a heck of a throw by Joe Montana. If you told me today that Joe Montana could throw it out that far to Jerry Rice on the sideline, I would say there's no way.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
On the coldest day of January, the finesse-ass 49ers will come in the backyard of the Bears and kick ass.
I see Keena Turner at every practice.
He's always there.
He's just lurking.
Looking.
He still looks like his arms are ready to wrap you up at any time.
Ran into him at a Penny Pinch event a year ago.
Uh-huh.
A lot of USF alumni were down there, and I forget the cause. Maybe I'll forget the name. Shout it out, blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, get your jokes off. But he's a really good dude. And we talked about that somebody. I forget their names. Yeah, 28-3. 28-3. January 8th, 1989, as I hear sirens in the background here. What's going on
coming for
Broadway?
you.
They're coming in.
Well,
right
it looks
there,
like you're
right in the
going
back
to court
seat.
today with that white shirt on.
Yeah, I'm out here. I got to pay some fines.
You look good.
Thank you. A little polo. You like a little horsepower?
I teased a question before we went to break, and I want to just drop it real quick.
Before we go there. Because before we go there. Bears-Niners. That do anything for you?
Hell yeah.
This is the opening weekend of the NFL season, and you got the Bears-Niners with a lot of history here. We talked about the Gale Sayers 6-touchdown game at Wrigley Field against the Niners. Mike Ditka was playing tight end in that game. George Halas, of course, the coach.
Mm-hmm.
John Brody throwing passes for the Niners. We've had some classic Bear-Niner games. And, that game right there, the cold, Soldier Field. Yeah, Pat Summerall and John Madden. How special is that call? Pat, I didn't think Joe Montana could throw that out route on a day like this. And Jerry Rice, Tom Rathman, they go to Chicago. They beat up on the Bears. And, of course, they go on to win Super Bowl 23 against the Bengals. Bears-Niners, what does it do for you, Shasky?
Well, for me, it brings up all the nostalgia, right? That's number one. I look at the Chicago Bears as a blue blood NFL franchise. Right. I also view them and their ethos, like what they are as an organization, to be polar opposite of what the 49ers are. They have always been middle linebacker led, defensive led, minimal offense. Right? Now,
linebackers, defense, running backs, right?
Yeah, running backs, absolutely. But like quarterback, last thing you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler might be the best quarterback in the last 40 years for Chicago.
Which is wild.
It is wild to say out loud. So in many ways, I respect them, but I also don't fear them. And I would put them in that Portland Trailblazer category where it's like, they're just one of those teams that I love playing.
Right.
Because I know we could beat them every single time.
Yep. And they've had Kaepernick's debut.
That was amazing.
Monday Night
first
Football.
throw, my brother elbowing me as he throws that out to Kyle Williams.
It wasn't even out. It was a post corner.
Well, there you go.
I think
Thank
it was 40 yards down the field.
Thank you.
Because I remember like it was yesterday.
And then
Because Lightning got that football.
And he scored that touchdown with Vernon Davis coming across. I mean, there was some sick plays in that game.
You had the divisional route game with Steve Young's doing the big head bounce.
Well, and he spiked the ball in the mud, in the guy's face.
44-15 in that game. You had some classic games at Soldier Field. You had some ugly games at Soldier Field.
Yeah, I've got a highlight that I want to play later from one of the ugly ones.
Let's just hear this call. I want to hear Pat Summerall, John Madden, one more time.
To the right. Montana back to throw it. To Rice. Pass caught by Jerry Rice, and look out for this one. 49er touchdown from 61 yards away.
And that was a heck of a throw by Joe Montana. If you told me today that Joe Montana could throw an out that far to Jerry Rice on the sideline, I would say there's no way.
I love John Madden. Rest in peace, man.
So I was watching for the fantasy draft. I was doing like the YouTube thing, right? We had the YouTube up on the television, and I went Jerry Rice highlights. And I went to one that was only about 15 minutes because there were like 48-minute ones.
I think there's like a 7-minute highlight tape of Jerry Rice just scored 50-plus yard touchdowns.
There is. Well, this was one from NFL Network that they had condensed. NFL Network. And the one thing that I noticed and again, I've seen it so many times, but as you're watching it, every single throw was on the money from Steve Young and Joe Montana. And I'm talking about precision, perfect ball placement.
Jimmy Garoppolo's first ever start as a 49er came in Chicago at Soldier Field.
When they didn't score a touchdown, and I think Robbie Gould had 5 field goals?
15-14. But the ball placement was good for Jimmy Garoppolo.
It was good. He's yelling at everybody.
Right.
And Bronte says, we got a quarterback.
No, Philly Zoo texted me, and I almost shed a tear. I was at the Coliseum that day covering the Raiders. And they're playing.
Oh, what a miserable existence that was.
8 minutes in, Philly Zoo texts me, man, safe to say you guys got yourself a franchise quarterback. And I almost shed a tear. Because Garoppolo threw a dime, and he had to play in the huddle. Get over here. And I'm just like,
Louis Murphy, line up.
Dude, I was like, we got a quarterback. Finally, we got something here. Shanahan, Garoppolo. Oh, this is going to be great for the next 10 years. It's going to be great.
Well, now that you bring up Shanahan and Garoppolo, when quarterbacks are linked with head coaches who we believe to be, bright, smart, innovative, especially offensively, we kind of pair them together. And, we always do this like, well, who made who, right? Is the player make the coach back and forth? And sometimes when they separate, we realize things are a little different than maybe how we perceived it in real time. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. Right? In real time, I think a lot of people are like, Mike McCarthy's a really good coach. Now that we've been separated and we've seen what Aaron Rodgers can do, back-to-back MVPs, and we see what Mike McCarthy's done, we kind of realize, like, Aaron Rodgers is infinitely more talented than Mike McCarthy.
No doubt.
Right? Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
By the way, 415. I got a Comcast business text line. You know what? This is what we're going to do with the Giants for the rest of the season. We're just going to get these jokes off.
Okay, give me
this. This is a great one. Giants baseball. # game off by the 4th inning. That's good. That's good material right there.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
You got Giants jokes? I will read the jokes because maybe they'll listen to us. Maybe the Giants will listen to us, get these jokes off. Maybe they'll do something about that damn baseball team. Giants baseball, # game off by the 4th inning. That's pretty damn good.
It is good. And I needed that laugh.
There we go.
Sean Payton and Drew Brees. Who do you give more credit to?
I give them both credit because Drew Brees was great before that. He was really good in San Diego. Sean Payton, I think, is a very good coordinator. We'll see about a head coach. He's got one Super Bowl. I'll give him that. One Super Bowl. They've had home field advantage, and they've laid some duds in the playoffs. They have. But I give them, they're hand in hand.
Agreed. Yeah. And I would put this in the same category. Mahomes, Andy Reid.
Right.
Like Andy Reid, part of the legacy of Andy Reid right now is, not only did he identify and empower Patrick Mahomes, he had the guts to move up in the draft. He had the guts to trade off Alex Smith. Like, that all adds to the legacy of Andy Reid.
Not to mention Donovan McNabb, who,
exactly.
If we're going to put all these other guys in the Hall of Fame, Donovan McNabb had a Hall of Fame career. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay.
He had a Hall of Fame career. 4 straight NFC championship games. He started James Strash and Tom Pinkston. But Andy Reid had the wherewithal to identify Donovan McNabb, turn him into a nice pocket quarterback. Donovan McNabb had some phenomenal seasons in Philadelphia.
He did.
And then also, he turned Michael Vick into a pocket quarterback.
Yes.
That may have been his best work ever. So, because Michael Vick, we were like, oh, man, can he read the defense? We know he can run. We know he can do things, throw the ball long, but can he read the defense? And Andy Reid turned him out. He didn't turn him out, but, he turned him into a pocket quarterback.
RG3 and Mike and Kyle Shanahan before. Who gets more credit in that one?
RG3 was a special team.
I know, but he didn't do anything anywhere else.
Well, his niche gave out.
Agreed.
His niche, he was done. He was damaged goods.
You don't think Shanahan and them got a boost from that? I felt like they got more of a boost than RG3. It felt like we deflated whatever RG3 did and we boosted those guys up.
We did. And you know what? Now that we're here, did they boost up Brian Griese?
When Brian Griese was a
Denver Bronco, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Did they boost up Jake Plummer?
I thought so. Jake Plummer wasn't very good with the Arizona Cardinals.
He was good.
He was a high prospect.
The talent around him wasn't good.
The
talent around him was
Boston
terrible.
Was pretty sick.
Yeah, he was on steroids.
Yeah,
he flamed out in a year.
Brian Johnson. They had players, but I agree that their team was garbage, and the ownership's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I guess where I'm going at with this, Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan, a little part of me wanted to see, could Jimmy Garoppolo be better or not away from Shanahan? And another part of me wants to see, can Kyle Shanahan do it with another quarterback?
Yeah.
Right? Like, we've seen him do it with Matt Ryan, and we've seen him do it with Jimmy Garoppolo. Didn't do it with CJ. He didn't do it with Mullins.
But you know what?
I agree.
Those guys aren't very good.
I know. He did it with Matt Schaub. Like, we've heard about the legacy of Shanahan and what he can do. A part of me wanted to see, can Jimmy survive away from Kyle Shanahan? And can Kyle Shanahan survive with someone other than Jimmy Garoppolo and a 49er quarterback?
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo regressed a little bit under Shanahan, but I wonder if Jimmy Garoppolo got back to like Josh McDaniels or somebody new. Like, does he need another system?
Right setting.
The right setting,
Okay.
the right coach. We'll see about Jimmy. But Shanahan's legacy, his legacy, is going to be determined on how Trey Lance plays. This is
100%.
This is everything for him.
100%.
It's going to be this quarterback whisperer. Because you look at Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was really good for a long, long time. A long time. And then Shanahan, he won an MVP with Mike Shanahan. He boosted him a little bit, but let's not act like Matt Ryan wasn't good when the Niners beat him in the NFC Championship game. Matt Ryan was good. He was the #1 overall pick.
Well, he was marching down to beat the 49ers with a game-winning touchdown drive, and Navarro Bowman made one of the great plays and ended Tony Gonzalez's career.
Depending on who you ask, it may have been pass interference.
Oh,
but, you know,
who's saying that?
Well, when that happened, I was like, "Ooh, we may have got away with one." I'll take it.
Well, Crabtree fumbled on the goal line earlier in that game.
They're down 17-0. There was a lot of random things happening, but Matt Ryan was all-time good. Yeah, he did boost them, and he boosted that offense, no doubt, and took it to heights, but Matt Ryan was really good before that. So, Matt Ryan's been good. After Shanahan, he was good before Shanahan. So, how much of a boost does Kyle get? Well, he got a head coaching job because that offense was high-flying and very prolific.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but what Trey Lance does
is everything.
This is it.
I know.
This is it. This is his. Trey Lance doesn't pan out. Shanahan's not going to be coaching this team for too long.
He'll go somewhere else and get a job. But yeah, I'm with you on like this team. Like it does feel like it is Trey or bust here.
It's Trey or bust. He's got to win a Lombardi with Trey. He's got to win a Lombardi with Trey. He has to. There's no way. And when does it happen? You hear George Kittle on the Richard Sherman podcast, and you hear him talking everywhere. We've got like a 2 or 3 year window to where we have all these guys signed, and we can strike now. The time is now. So there's a lot more pressure. There's a lot of pressure on Trey to perform and catch up to everybody else, and there's a lot more pressure on Shanahan to get the most out of Trey and make sure that he's dialing up the right game plan for Trey Lance to make this offense go. That's what we're waiting on. Why are we switching quarterbacks? Why are the Niners switching quarterbacks? Because he believes Trey could take this offense to another level.
Yes.
Even though in 2019 they averaged 30 points a game.
Yeah, and I also think that I want to push back on the whole like Super Bowl window thing because you hear that a lot from people. The window to win is now. Like you hear that, right?
Yeah.
Can we all just take a deep breath and go, it's really hard to win in the NFL.
Yeah, but it is a win now league.
No, I'm not saying it's not, B, but what I'm saying to you is that the Niners had 2 unbelievable seasons that were on the brink of getting them to what everyone wants, which is win now, right? Win the ultimate prize, the Super Bowl. And as though you didn't get the ultimate prize and it's deflating, and it absolutely is. Those were wildly successful seasons.
Great seasons. But we're still going to remember 3rd and 15.
Yeah, but again,
we're still going to remember the overthrow to Emmanuel Sanders. We're still going to remember Sherman getting beat by Sammy Watkins. We're still going to remember Tarvarius Moore committing defensive pass interference on 3rd and 10 against Travis Kelce. We're going to remember the interception Jimmy G threw in that Super Bowl.
No doubt.
We're going to remember what happened at SoFi Stadium last year. Like, those are the facts. I keep thinking, when you say all that, I agree with you. It's been great. But, man, like Phil Mike said last year, what did he say during the week of the NFC Championship? I'm tired of almost winning it.
No, of course.
I'm tired of that. So when you say that, almost, nobody wants to hear it.
No, I know, but
these are the San Francisco 49ers.
I hear you. I'm just saying the difficulty in actually accomplishing the ultimate goal is so hard.
It is.
The Chiefs have been one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league, for 4 straight years. They have the one Super Bowl where they beat the 49ers.
Yeah.
The one Super Bowl. And it feels like they've underachieved, right? And I don't hear...
It doesn't, though. It doesn't really feel like they underachieved.
It feels like they should have 2. But even saying that, I feel like that's ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous when you look at their defense. Their defense has been one of the worst in the league.
But they've had
for
one
4
of the most
years.
explosive offenses.
You got to have defense,
and
though.
the best quarterback.
You have to get stops.
No, I'm with you. I know. You have to have balance. Like,
how many 3rd and 10s they give up to New England? You know what I'm saying? In that AFC Championship game.
If they don't jump off sides, they're D4. They probably end up winning that game. Like there's a variety of ways that we can play this. But B, the point that I'm going at is that it's so difficult. So this thing like they're in a win now, they're going to squander it if Trey struggles a little. They started the season 3-5 last year.
No doubt.
They barely got into the playoffs, and Trey was a part of them getting into the playoffs, winning that big game down the stretch. So I just push back on this whole, they have to win now because of the pressure cooker.
Well,
yeah, they have to win no matter what. Every year they have to win.
I'm not saying they need to win this year, but in the next 3 years, Kittle's 29 years old.
Oh, no, that's undeniable.
Trent Williams is 34. Juszczyk is 31. Debo, how many prime years does he have left with all the wear and tear on his body? You know what I'm saying? Nick Bosa, you got to pay him. So these next 2 to 3 years, they've got to win one, right? I mean, don't you feel like they have to win one with this core? And if they don't do it in the next 2 to 3 years, what is going to happen?
It's a great question to ask. I've been waiting for 30 years. I thought the Harbaugh Niners were going to cash one in. I thought that Aaron Rodgers, after winning one early on in his career, would have won one. I thought Sean Payton and Drew Brees would win another one. Like, the only people that have gone back successfully
But they've got one, Shasky.
No, I know.
They've got one. We haven't had one since we were in middle school.
They've been close. I know.
You and
hard.
I were in middle school the last time the Niners won. Middle school.
I just find it so difficult, and I hear you. I want the Super Bowl more than anyone. Believe me, Right. I feel like I'm discrediting how difficult it is to actually win one.
It is very difficult.
It's so hard.
There's no doubt. But when you get
Brady
there,
and Belichick make it look so easy.
But you know what? That's why you have to cash in when you get there.
No, I'm with you on that.
And when you don't cash in Super Bowl 54, and you don't cash in SoFi Stadium, you know the feeling of walking out that stadium.
I know.
Damn it, we did the post-game show after the Super Bowl. How deflating was that? Guys at halftime was talking about partying on Mission Street.
I know.
And we walked out of here going home to our cars to an empty house saying, damn, how did that happen?
But if they nail the Trey Lance thing, and again, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but if they nail the Trey Lance thing and they do have a quarterback, think of the longevity and think of how much easier it is to build the team around one of those great quarterbacks. Part of why they moved Tyreek Hill this offseason, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're like, we've got Mahomes. We'll draft one of these other playmaking wide receivers.
Andy Reid's like that.
Guys are coming out in the second and third round at playmaker, and they're balling left and right. And we all agree, getting rid of Tyreek Hill, that's risky because Tyreek Hill's awesome.
But you know what? Andy Reid knows offense.
And we all kind of figured they're going to find a way to be good.
I thought that. I was like, you know what? They traded Tyreek Hill. I get it for all the picks and stuff. But you know what? Andy Reid knows offense.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's going to find, he may not find Tyreek Hill, but he'll find somebody.
But that's where I'm going at with Kyle Shanahan. He's found George Kittle.
Right.
He found Deebo Samuel. He's found running back after running back. We think he's found Brandon Ayuk. If they can develop and land and nail the Trey Lance thing, he'll find the other playmakers.
Yeah, we hope so.
At least that's my hope.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so. This is interesting. So you believe Shanahan's the most important piece to this season?
I do, because he's the architect of everything. And this is hand-selected guy, and I believe so much in his scheme, and I believe so much in his ability to put guys in a position to make plays. I don't see him failing with Trey. As much as we're worried about Trey struggling, why can't we just accept Shanahan knows what he's doing, and even as bad as the turnovers were with Mullins and those guys moved the ball.
But you know what,
They were in position to win a lot of games, even with those cruddy backups.
This is why Shanahan has to get it, though. Because on his resume, and it's not fair, because I don't believe it was his fault in Atlanta. But a lot of people point to him.
I know. And it hurts me for him. It hurts me for him because I like him that much.
Super Bowl 54. Everybody points to Garoppolo. You know where I stand with Super Bowl 54. I thought it was one of Shanahan's worst coach games as a 49ers head coach. I really do. Mostert doesn't touch the ball in the first quarter.
I know. They got away from the
you don't run the 2-minute drill.
Well,
Lynch is yelling in the sweep to yell timeout.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You throw the ball 4 straight. It was a party coach game. I should have had the Super Bowl 54.
It's a game of woulda, coulda, shouldas. That game, the entire game is a woulda, coulda, shoulda game. And when you lose, that's what happens.
The fourth quarter of the Rams game. We can never get over that sequence where you don't, 2nd and 1, you lose a yard. 3rd and 2, you don't get anything. You punt it on 4th, and then Odell Beckham goes and gets 30. Or, excuse me, drops the pick, and then Beckham gets 30.
Vontae, when you lose those kind of games, we do this with Harbaugh's teams.
Yeah.
You remember every sequence of how they lost, and you go, we were just talking with Larry Krueger yesterday during the crossover. We're going 1 for 13, Brett Swain, and you and me. It felt like we brought back all the feelings of losing in 2011, then 2012, losing in the Super Bowl. How many people go, you didn't hand it to Frank Gore? Till in my deathbed, I'll be 85, 90 years old, hopefully, and I'm going to be going, you didn't give it to Frank? You didn't run Kaepernick to the left?
Watch that game during the pandemic with Mo Money. I was just sitting there with Mo Money watching that game. And it got like 5 minutes left. And I tried to sneak into the room because, no. You made me watch this whole Super Bowl. Now you're going to sleep. It's like, dude, I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's painful. That's why they got to get one. And if
I
they get one
know.
with Trey and Shanahan, it erases everything.
Then he's the king. I
He's the
do
king.
feel like, and I know this sounds absurd. This sounds absurd to say out loud. Why do I feel like if Shanahan gets one Super Bowl, he will be elevated above
George Seifert.
Bochy, above Kerr?
Oh, he's
and
going to
then-
be
and then
elevated.
We're
but-
talking about multiple
yeah,
ring guys,
right.
but I feel like people are so football obsessed.
Yeah.
If he can get the one, we're just going to automatically put him. It's going to go Walsh, boom, Shanahan.
Yeah, let's go to Tyler at SF. Tyler, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's good, man? Y'all on fire today, man. But I say you fired up, bro. I was just trying to say, hey, what's good with the Bears, though, this weekend, bro? Darnell Mooney really been talking reckless. They're talking about it's a Dante Pettis revenge game or a Justin Fields revenge game, even though he already lost his revenge game. Like, what? How do you feel about the Bears really popping off at the mouth this week?
Well, we got to flip that sound. And Tyler, thanks for the heads up. Love it. Let's find that.
Hey.
Dante Pettis revenge game? All right. That's where we're going, Bears?
Dante Pettis.
They need. This is why.
And his 730 career yards.
But this is why.
88 TikToks.
The Niners need to hit these guys in the mouth right away. You cannot mess around with these dudes. You cannot let the Bears believe that they have a chance to win this game. At halftime, Niners need to be up by a touchdown or more. They need to. They got to be up by a touchdown or more. Honest to God, you cannot let these dudes start to feel like they're in the game because they are feeling themselves right now. They think they're going to win one from Matt Eberflus. The Niners are coming to town, who smacked them last year at Soldier Field, 36-22, and the Bears are feeling themselves. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
What's the line right now? I'm looking like -6.5. -7.
6.5.
I'm
7.
pounding the Niners. They're winning by double digits.
Might be my lock of the week.
Oh,
Might
are
just
you,
be my lock
are you
of the
doing
week.
picks?
Oh, I'm doing picks. I'm doing everything.
Oh,
I'm doing everything. I've got
Whoa.
survivor pools.
Are we bringing something back this year?
King of the Hill?
Yes.
People aren't ready for King of the Hill. They're not ready for it. People, because that's just a list of just people just get torched during that King of the Hill segment. I don't know if I'm going to torch everybody every single Tuesday. Maybe I will though. Maybe I will.
I want you to wear a suit like you are right now and then just torch everyone.
Why?
You kind of have a Gavin Newsom feel with the open V-neck shirt
don't call
going
me
right now.
Gavin, dude. This is Vontae Hill, dude. I hate no Gavin.
Even though it's 180 degrees and you're wearing a giant coat, everyone turn your electricity off, but I will stay here in an insulated, fanned, air-conditioned room.
Lock of the week. Dante Pettis talking. All right. Now I'm really going to get fired up. What's coming up sponsored by BMW Fairfield. Bill Romanowski, 8 o'clock. Benjamin Albright, 8:30. We're going to get more into Shanahan, Trey, and the 49ers taking on the Chicago Bears. What memories do you have against the Bears? 888-957-9570. And what's your week one ritual? How do you get ready for the NFL season? What is your week one ritual? Do you barbecue? Do you just put up a big breakfast spread? What is your ritual for week one of the NFL season? That's brought to you by BMW Fairfield, now open in the Fairfield Auto Mall. They provide a luxurious, all-encompassing experience to address all of your BMW needs. Visit BMWFairfield.com today to book your visit. That's BMWFairfield.com.
It's week one of the NFL.
Our favorite time of the show. It's the one and only Brian Baldinger.
Their number one sack guy for the 49ers, Nick Bosa, who we haven't talked about enough. What are realistic expectations sack-wise for this guy, Baldy? You know I love him. Is 20 too aggressive?
No. He's literally quadzilla. Like those quads, it just takes time. Like nobody has legs like that.
It's Niners versus Bears all week. On 95.7 The Game.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc., subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient,
Agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Whether you're buying a new car or used one, it's a big investment, which is why you should choose Pennzoil Platinum. It helps extend the life of your engine and protect it up to 15 years or 500,000 miles, whichever comes first, guaranteed. That's because Pennzoil's base oil is made from natural gas and 99.5% free from engine clogging impurities. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Enrollment required. Keep your receipts. Other conditions apply. See pennzoil.com/warranty for full details. Find it at Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like Square Planet. That place with the square pizzas? Or Mama Hoo-Hoo. The spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so. Order up! You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
Pink Floyd's Roger Waters. This is not a drill.
We're doing a show in the round. It's something new. I'll look forward to the challenge.
Featuring his songs from the golden era of Pink Floyd. Friday and Saturday, September 23rd and 24th, Chase Center in San Francisco. Tickets on sale now at RogerWaters.com. This is not a drill. Produced by AEG Presents.
As you know, sports teams plan well ahead of the next season. If you're thinking of remodeling your home, consider the same strategy. Talk with your designer or builder now about your next project. Golden State Window and Door has new inventory coming online. Milgard, Anderson, and Marvin. See Golden State Window and Door's wide variety of accessories at convenient showrooms across the Bay Area or goldenstatelumber.com. Since 1954. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Ever since I got the new Galaxy Z Flip 4, I've been learning all these new tricks with my dog Finn. Like how to take the best selfies at the park. I just set my phone down, put it in flex mode, and capture hands-free pics from multiple angles. Aww. Or how to capture our training sessions for his followers. I simply wave my hand to start recording video. Good boy! Plus, the Z Flip 4 is compact and fits perfectly in my pocket.
Oh, wow. Visit Samsung.com today to get the new Galaxy Z Flip 4.
Heard my little sis is buying a car. You'll need my secret guide.
Gross, no way. I already used Capital One Auto Navigator.
I bet your credit score
wasn't impacted at all, so I got my real rate and monthly payment, had an amazing test drive at the dealership, and made the purchase.
Taking the easy way out. That's so you.
Still not getting it. That's so you. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/Auto Navigator.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cooler today, but still warm in Palo Alto. High is 91.
Brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Your neighborhood Ashley store has all the styles, selection, and value you'll need to invite fall in this season. Find furniture you'll love by shopping locally or visit ashley.com today.
See, they got a jumbo tight end here, Alex Bars.
And Ryan Nall is the back. They'll fake to him. Here comes Bosa. Flag is thrown. Fields hit the deck. And it's going to be a holding penalty either way. Nick Bosa clean off the edge that time.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Let this money ride for a second. Because this play that I'm about to highlight here is the one that flipped the season for the 49ers.
3rd down and 20. Boy, you'd love to have some of these weapons that the Niners are missing right now.
Yeah, you can't stress enough, right? You'd love Khalil Mack if you're Chicago, but I'll tell you, if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you'd love to have George Kittle.
Plays like this that they'd love to have him. They'll go with the screen to Samuel, though. He's got blockers and a first down and more. Foot race, Samuel lunging to the pylon. Touchdown! 84 yards. The longest play of the season for San Francisco.
Listen to all them Niner fans at Soldier Field. How does that not get you fired up? Week 1. Debo's back. Bosa's back. Ayuk's back. That play flipped the whole damn season. The whole damn season. And the Niners are on their way to the AFC title game. You hear those Niner fans in the back of Soldier Field? 3rd and 20, and Debo does that? Woo! You checked all of it into my veins.
You know it's the NFL season when we're like 5 days out and it's weather watch. And everyone's like, there's going to be sprinkles. I'm talking about the weather. It's going to be hot and wet. Is that what they're saying?
Hot and wet, baby.
That sounds explicit.
It does sound explicit. Kids, close your ears. Close your ears. But it will be hot and wet. And it's seen the weather. She goes, damn it, it's going to rain. Say, well, bring the North Face, baby. Wet It's go time. It's go time.
Is Baby Chess going?
No, she's not. No. Sit back, little one. Sit back, little young one.
Young Padawan.
Padawan. Chill. Your time is coming. Well, bye. But the time's not now. Because your dad is an absolute psych. I don't like her being around me when I'm watching football games. Because I'm insane.
Lock Baby Ches up in the basement.
No.
Dad's watching Jets Titans.
I kicked him out of the house last year when the Bengals were playing the Niners. Remember that game?
Uh-huh.
And I said, guys, can you go on the walk? Can you go somewhere? Can you just get out of here? Get out of here. And they left. They let me watch it.
I'm a selfish human being.
I am selfish when it comes to football. I can't be around anybody. I go to games at home, but on the road, I like to be by myself.
So, we're in a safe space, correct?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to admit something. I'm the exact same way. I almost dread watching road games with others.
I don't do it.
Because it drives me nuts. And my wife's always like, oh, do you want to invite some people over? No. I want to be alone, standing, screaming, yelling at the television. Because I don't want to be trying to engage in any other conversations. I want to be completely locked in. I want to have my notebook. I want to be writing things down. No, I don't want to see anyone. And quite honestly, I love the 10 a.m. games.
Dude, the 10 a.m. games are great.
I love them.
So I would love to know everybody's ritual. I'd love to know everybody's ritual because this may be the most intriguing Niner season of my lifetime.
Do you know?
Especially in my adulthood. And I'm with you. Road games, and it's like Super Bowl watch parties, right? Mm-hmm. Do not invite me to a Super Bowl watch party. I will not show up.
Well, if my team's not in it,
I still won't show up.
And they weren't in the playoffs, I might show up, just, whatever. But if my team just lost, like last year, I was depressed watching that Rams game.
Dude,
I mean, depressed.
Listen. Road games, especially with the Niners, I got to be in a room by myself. Some people like to have a social. I like to just go, to the bars and drink and be social. No.
Well, to each their own.
No.
But not for me.
Not for me. It's not for me. I need my phone so I can tweet a couple times a game. I need the remote so I can turn it up and rewind. And the sound system's loud. And it's like, dude, you can't hear.
Do you turn it up to a specific volume because it's like
19? It's got to be 19.
Oh, yours only goes up to 19?
No, it goes up to 100. But 19 is still blaring because I got the surround sound speakers.
So
it's like I'm at the game. Somebody told me I was watching the Rose Bowl one time. It was Ohio State, Washington. New Year's Day, there's like a party going on and I'm eating. And I'm like lost in.
Must have been decades ago. Washington hasn't been good forever.
No, it was a few years ago. Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace. She goes, baby, you ain't just watching the game. You're in the game. It's like you're there.
It's like EA Sports? You're in the game?
I might as well have been in Pasadena. Here we go, 10 a.m. games. Donuts and mimosas. Big games in the afternoons or evenings. Bloom Saloon on Potrero Hill. I'm not mad at it.
So for the away games, you got to wake up early, obviously, to set your lineup and find out who's active, who's not. The key for me is I got to be in the right outfit. So I got to have my sweatpants. Sometimes they're Niner, sometimes they're not. If I'm in shorts, I got to have the Niner socks on. I got the Good Luck Niner socks. And then you got to have your house shoes.
And you bring about 5 jerseys because you just never
No.
know.
Jerseys aren't at home. T-shirts. T-shirts
T-shirts
at home.
at home.
T-shirt
All right,
because
gotcha.
I'm sweating through the bad boy.
Yeah.
And then obviously I got to have some sort of food, whether it's oatmeal, whether it's eggs. If my wife is so nice as to make them, I'm not good at making eggs, even though I know it's one of the easiest things to make. And then obviously I'll do some baking of bacon. I don't fry the bacon. I stick it in there so that I can watch all the different things. And like most, I do the countdown on the red zone. I don't know if you do this as well, where I've got the little TV or the little iPad and then the big TV, and I'm going back and forth. And I'm all in.
So you're going to think I'm insane. You probably already know.
I do think you're insane, but that's okay. That's why I love you.
I wake up in the morning on a Sunday, and it's about 7:45.
Do you do dun 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 dun?
I don't do that.
Dun 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 dun.
But my anxiety starts to kick in right away. And I'm like, damn, it's 2 hours, 15 minutes till kickoff.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't watch any pregame shows anymore.
I'll watch a little here and there, and I'll flip back and forth.
Maybe. But I go I go get breakfast. I take Chaz on a walk, especially now. Like, even before, I would, like, go out and do things. And then it gets to 9:40. Okay, now let me set my lineups. We know the active list. We know who's inactive. Let me set my lineup.
Jay Glazer just told you everyone's active.
Everybody's active. Let me set my lineups, and then we get the kickoff. Because, like, the lead up to kickoff just drives me insane. I can't wait for a game. You know, I'm watching guys warm up, and I need to walk around. I'm pacing. I'm all over the place.
For those on the West Coast, we've got 49ers and Bears coming to you in 3 minutes as they show the Niners in their white uniforms on Soldier Field. That's like my favorite part. Like the 2 minutes right before we're about to go to that game.
Right.
That is my favorite part.
That is my favorite part. They go to the announcers, and you get the blip view, and you hear the fireworks. You see the fireworks. You see the teams running out the tunnel. But I am a wreck before games. My anxiety, like, for example, the Niners-Saints playoff game, when the Niners hadn't been to the playoffs since Mooch and them lost to Tampa Bay.
I was out at that game. It was one of the hottest January games of all time.
So that day, because it was the first game of the day, that Saturday, 1 o'clock, 1:30 game.
I was going to say it was a midday game.
Midday game,
yes.
1:30 game. I got up early that day. This is when your boy was really broke. I mean, I'm broke now, but I was like, check to check. Like, I needed 2 checks to make up a check. You know what I mean? It was bad. I was drinking Erkenjerk that morning.
Ooh.
And I got my Toyota Camry. And Chaska, let me tell you, I drove around the city. I drove around the city with the windows down because I couldn't sit still. And I was just like, the Niners are back in the playoffs. And it feels like the 80s and 90s again. And the city, but I was just driving around.
My favorite, when there's a playoff game and the Niners are in it.
You can smell it,
and
right?
You just know the city is all inside watching Niner football.
And I just never forget Moose Johnson and Kenny Albert opening that broadcast. And Kenny Albert was breaking down the Saints, and they were talking about the Saints. And then Kenny goes, well, what about this 49ers team? And Moose just goes, they just do everything well. They hit you on defense. They play special teams. They run the ball down your throat. And we saw what Whitner did on that opening drive. So, look, man, the anxiety kicks in. But what's the ritual? And it's talk, like, what's your ritual? My ritual is insane. I do not mimic me what I do on game days. Do not mimic what I do on a Sunday. Because it'll drive you crazy. It's only for me.
Is the first Sunday when your team's on the road and you're not at the game, is the first Sunday of the year, you watch your team, you instantly pivot to the red zone once the game's over? Because that's what I'm going to do. Sit on the couch all day.
No, I kind of walk around. I walk around for about 20 minutes to kind of cool down from all the anxiety and all the adrenaline. And then I'll cool down a little bit, get on the phone, you talk to your Niner guys.
Well, I mean,
hey, man, you break it down.
The entire time.
It's insane. Yeah. Can you take people inside the call?
Okay. Third down, Jimmy Garoppolo airmails one to George Kittle. Ring! My phone rings. God damn it, Jimmy! How do you miss that pass? This team, I swear to God, I'm going to have a heart attack. Shanahan, why is he not running the ball? Throw the ball to Debo. All right, I got to go. Bye. Oh, thanks, Bonte. Really appreciate that.
No, hey, I'll call you back at halftime, guy. It's very calm.
No, it is not very calm.
The best. Do you ever just drop an SOB at a play? You just sit back and be like, son of a...
Well, I'll get the random text from my dad, my brother, and I'm like, all right, silent, all of you. I'm putting you all on silent. I have to focus. I know Jimmy Garoppolo airmailed that throw. I know. We all saw it. Yes, Aubrey Thomas, horrible defense.
It's bad. It feels like I played a game before the game actually starts. It's how bad week 1 is.
That's the best part of football.
It is. So I wish buddy, I really wish
you know who I feel bad for?
Who's that?
For football season, all of the spouses.
Oh, no
whether
doubt.
it's men who don't care and their woman does, whether it's men who care but their woman doesn't. Sometimes they're in a perfectly harmonious situation and both of them care. That's a unique situation. But I feel bad for all the widows out there.
I do.
In both directions.
I do.
Because we're basically dead human beings on Sunday for the foreseeable 6 months.
And it's bad. It ruins our mood for the entire week.
Well, when they win,
wrecks.
I'm good.
Win, it's all good. Hey, let's go out to eat. Hey, it's on me. Charge the credit card to the game. It's all good. When they lose, it's just... I don't even want to go there. Let's go to Larry Severson.
When they lose, it's the first thing I do on Sundays. If they lose, I guess I'll take the garbage out. And then I open the garage door and I just look down the street left and right. And I'm like, God. Because garbage day is Monday morning.
Then you got to think about Monday morning on the roast.
And I'm like, and then I turn on the Odyssey app and I listen to whoever's doing the postgame show when it's not us.
Larry in San Francisco. What's happening, man? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, Bonte, my boys at Larkin Brothers Tires wanted me to say hello to you, man.
Oh, yeah, all those guys. Jason LeBall. I was actually rocking the Larkin Brothers hat at De La Salle last Friday night. Larkin Brothers is the go-to spot when you want to get your tires done, man. Shout out to Larkin Brothers.
Hey, I was getting my tires fixed because I do Uber, so I get a nail in my car like every month, right? So and I'm listening to you guys, and he was cracking me up, telling me stories about you, man.
Oh, hopefully never good stories.
And he goes, "Oh, is that Bonte?" Yeah, I said, "Yeah, man, these guys." I said, "Him and Shesky sent me to a game last year, man."
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
What you got, Larry? What you got? How excited are you about week one, man?
Hey, this is what you got to know about me. I'm going to go make money during the game. I listen. I've been listening to the games on the radio since I was 16 years old. So first I listen to it on the radio, and then I go home and watch it on the DVR. And you got to see my car, dude, when the game's on, dude. I had this one lady last year tell me, "Hey, can you turn that off?" I said, "You want me to stop the ride right now?" I mean, I said it so politely, though. I'm like, "Look, man, I drive during games. I don't turn the radio off, and I don't turn it down. I keep it at this level, But I had these Japanese chicks in my car one time. These young little girls, maybe 20 years old, right? Maybe all of 100 pounds each. And Crabtree ran it in, and I yelled, "Oh shit!" Oh, excuse my language.
Larry, you're just. We knew that call was going to hit well, man. We knew it wasn't going to hit well.
Well, so that brings
Larry,
me.
We love Larry. The fact that he listens to every game on the radio, he's making money. That would drive me crazy.
Well,
driving and listening to a 49ers game, that would drive. That's a car accident.
There's
waiting
nothing
to happen.
worse than when you have something to do during the middle of a football game, and you're like, "I gotta get home," and you're like trying to smash. You're
And there's
literally
always traffic.
Always, and you're like running like, I'm not. You know what? I'm just gonna keep it low.
Yeah, just
but here's where I'm going with this. I always think about this, and again, I've been in my home almost 10 years now, and when we were in an apartment, it was even worse. When I'm screaming and yelling during sports, and basketball is just as bad because the pace is frenetic,
right?
But football's the worst. What are the neighbors thinking of how crazy? I go to my wife all the time. They must think that we are in a domestic dispute every single Sunday between 10 and 5 p.m. because I've got non-English speaking neighbors on my right and non-English speaking neighbors on my left, and they're not into sports, nowhere near the way we are. And I got to be thinking to myself, what the hell are they thinking is going on inside our house? Because I know they hear me.
Oh, when I lived on 10th and Clement, and I stayed on the top floor. Remember that apartment? And, I had people living downstairs, upstairs. And then Clement Street. People were walking left and right. There's a fruit stand across the street. And I would be losing. I would wake up in the morning and yell, "Niners!" And Coach Adam would be like, "Yep, that's our wake-up call."
Oh, yeah.
And Coach Adam stayed 2 blocks away from you. And I'm just yelling Niners. And people are looking up like, what the hell is going on? And then during the game, my little sister Bonita was staying with me for a little bit. And it was the Packers-Niners game at Lambeau Field, Harbaugh's second year. And I was in Mad Men that game. And Bonita was talking to my mom. I was like, "Oh, my gosh." Bonte's like, he's watching this game, and he's like, he's not stable. And my mom just goes, "Welcome to Sundays."
Yeah, exactly.
With Bonte.
Exactly.
And so, the neighbors, you just got to block that out. The neighbors got to know when they see you during the week, hey, I'm all good. Just Sundays, you may want to go to the park between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock.
Here's how messed up my brain is. When my wife and I would argue and yell, I'd be like, keep it down. I don't want the neighbors to know that we're arguing. Stop yelling at me.
Yeah.
You know, but when it's the Niners, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's a hold. And I'm screaming and yelling, no filter, no thought, no care whatsoever what the neighbors are thinking.
No,
That's how diluted my brain is.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. By the way, LQ, shout out to Amari Green sub, all of that, Sarah. They beat De La Salle. They did beat De La Salle. Mark Green's son had a game-winning touchdown, man. Number 3, actually, the game-tying touchdown. He was playing corner, running back. He's a junior. OG out there at College of San Mateo. I know everybody at City College is going to get pissed off at me. I got love for College of San Mateo, but I'm a Ram for life. Let's go to Nick in Berkeley. Nick, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, Shasky, you can tell me at the end of my little thing, but man, I just wondered what car that you got married in. Was that like a Chevelle you and your old lady was sitting in the back of, or like
it was
a
Mustang. It's a Mustang. It's Michelle's Uncle Danny's Mustang, and it was really sweet. And it looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, it does. And also, man, I'm about to take my 67 Barracuda and turn it into a 49er helmet, man, straight up. But let me say this. I don't know what y'all going to be doing. I kind of heard what you did when we lose, but it's not going to be too much losing going on, man. We're about to run the table on these cats, man. We lose 2 games, 3 tops, man, and we are about to put the smack down, and I'm going to be hollering yippee-ki-yay again all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm so fired
That's the type of passion I'm looking for. It's week 1 of the NFL season. All right. Well, listen, Shasky, we've waited all off season for this.
Mm-hmm.
All off season. We talked about Jimmy. We talked about Trey. We talked about Debo. We talked about Bosa, Shanahan, Lynch, draft picks, this and that. Week 1's on Sunday. It's on Sunday.
All right. I want to take you through what it's like for me watching a road game. I'm going to play a play that I remember vividly where I was watching it in my 49er sweatpants going, all right, you got to make this. This is Joe Nedney, I believe, lining up for a field goal before halftime against the Chicago Bears in one of the windiest games I've ever seen. I believe Cody Pickett was the starting quarterback of this game, and we're going to play the highlight, and I'm going to tell you how I reacted in real time while watching the game as you're asking me what my rituals are. Play the highlight.
Keep an eye on these flags. They're blowing in this direction, the wind is.
He's got a strong leg, but a tough wind. And here it goes, and he hooks it. Does it have the distance? No. Comes up short. Came up 4 yards short. It's being returned by Nathan Vasher, who spun away and goes to some open space, and he's got some blockers, and Vasher is going. Vasher needs one more block, and he's got it! Nathan Vasher, touchdown Bears! Do you believe that?
I told Stan the wind was going to cause some crazy things that you may have never seen before in a football game, and that clearly did.
108 yards! Joe Nedney can't believe it!
All right, so that's the highlight, okay? Now, I don't know how most people experience it, but we're going to play the highlight again, and I'm going to tell you how in real time, I reacted.
Real quick, before we play the highlight. Play announcer was Sam Rosen. That's when the Niners were so bad. Sam Rosen was on a call every single week to the point where I was like, I love Sam Rosen. He's a great announcer. He was on the 6th team at Fox.
What year was this, Steven?
This was, I have it up right here.
7, 8?
No, this was 2005, November 13th.
I knew it was
2005. Right. Let me just give you some highlights here.
Yes.
Bears actually improved to 6-3. Kyle Orton was the quarterback out of Purdue.
Wow.
Adrian Peterson ran for 120 yards, but it's not the AP we all know. It's the Adrian Peterson he was actually backing up Cedric Benson. This guy was from Georgia Southern, Adrian Peterson. Georgia Southern ran for 120 yards. Leading back for the Niners, Kevin Barlow, 25 carries, 63 yards. Frank Gore, 14 carries, 55 yards. Brandon Lloyd, 1 catch, 28 yards. Hell, it was the only catch of the day because Cody Pickett was 1 of 13 for 28 yards and 1 interception. 1 of 13
This is
for the
Bears,
game.
Niners, 05. All right, so this is how I experienced it. This is right before halftime. They're going to try to kick a field goal, and the wind in the Windy City is just going absolutely crazy. So I want to pod down the highlight a little so that I can give my reaction. This is how I viewed it in real time.
Keep an eye on these flags.
All right, Ned, we got to hit this right here. We need some points. Let's go. Let's go. We need some points. All right, it's windy. Come on, give me some. Oh, no, it's short. Oh, my God, it's short. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, he caught it. Oh, my God, he caught it. Tackle him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
He spun away.
Get him. Oh, my God, Urlacher just laid somebody out. You got to, come on! Make a play! You got to be kidding me! He's on. Touchdown. Oh, my God. You have got to be kidding me! Oh, just disgusting. What is Mike Nolan doing? Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. You're kicking a field goal before halftime and you give up a 108-yard touchdown. This team. I swear to God, this team. That's how I watch a game.
Didn't need to turn down the highlight for that.
No, you didn't. And Nathan Fasher.
Am I alone?
That made it 7-3. Yeah. 7-3. And I remember thinking at that point, I was like, man, the Niners played a good half of football. The Bears are tough. I'm like, man, they're going to steal this game to Soldier Field.
Just don't throw it.
And the Bears wore those hideous orange jerseys.
I like those jerseys.
They're so bad. They're hideous orange jerseys. And I'm sitting there, damn, that's how this is going to go? And the Niners dropped to 2-7 on the season. Bears improved to 6-3.
That's where I'm off the couch, right? And I'm like, all right, let's go. We're going to hit this. We're going to hit this. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And then hands on face as I'm making all those other reactions. Almost disgusted.
All right, let's go to Word in Oakland. He asked something about that 05 Bears-Niners game. Oh, my God.
Also, I did that. That was the PG version, just to be totally honest.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. You had to paraphrase.
But that's how I watch games.
I mean, Word, what's that?
Don't invite me over.
What's up, Word?
As soon as Shasky starts talking about that play and the play starts, the first thing I remember is an instant flashback. I got a DUI the night before.
Oh,
and I spent the whole night in the tank. I mean, it's funny now, but that was in 05, so I'm okay. But I'm sitting in the tank the whole night thinking, am I going to be able to get out in time to watch this game? Because I did not miss Niner game. And so the whole night, I'm in there with all kind of madness going on in the tank, and I'm mad because of that, and I'm mad because I know I'm going to miss this game. Kickoff, they're about to no, as a matter of fact, I'm actually getting let out of the jail downtown Oakland, Washington Street, right when that play is going on, the run back. I'm standing there like, are you for real? This has got to be the worst night last morning ever. I'm missing a Niners game. Watching this junk, the Bears of all teams are dragging us. Yeah, not a good night, not a good morning. So, yeah, flashback crazy, Shasky. Thanks for the memory.
I mean, it's one of those moments that you remember in life where the Niners could not have been lower, and it still felt like we're in this. We can. Hey,
they were up 3-0.
We can win this.
They were up 3-0.
I mean, that's the one thing. When the Niners are good, people are all in. The whole entire Northern California population is in.
You remember how the Mike Nolan era started? When they beat St. Louis Rams at Kezar Stadium? Remember they had the onside kick? Kezar Stadium, Candlestick Park.
Yes.
They had the outside kick.
Otis Amy?
Yeah.
I think had
the
a
outside
return
kick
in that
to start
game?
the game.
That was against St. Louis.
That was against St. Louis.
Yeah, I think Fred Otis Amy had a return in that game.
75-yard punt return.
Look at that. Sac State,
Lloyd,
the Hornets?
Brandon Lloyd, 35-yard TD catch from Tim Rattay. Kevin Barlow had a 9-yard catch. Mark Bulger, the quarterback for the St. Louis Rams. Tim Rattay, 11-16, 165 yards. And the Niners were a little tricky that day. Remember when Chris Burton say, tricky Niners. Arnaz battled 2 for 2, 27 yards that game.
But Bonte, I fell to the same victim of that when I believe it was Dennis Erickson's first game. They destroyed the Bears. I think it was with T.O. It was like 03, the opener in 03. They kicked the crud out of whoever they played. And I'm like, we're going straight to the playoffs. And they ended up having another lackluster.
The Dennis Erickson era.
Don't even start me. I had a nickname for him that's not appropriate for air.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, this is funny. I'm going to shout out Savino here. Savino's an engineer. He goes to Final Fours.
You kind of look like Mike Nolan right now, actually.
No, I don't look
the YouTube chat's all over you.
No, Mike
is that
Nolan.
a Reebok branded suit?
No. This is Polo, baby. Mike Nolan, they got the swagger that I have.
Jeez.
Stop it. Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan did that fake hair. Listen,
I got something in my eye.
Fake hair?
Yeah, it looked fake. Didn't it look fake? A little toupee? It looked fake.
I don't think I ever thought of Mike Nolan with fake hair. Now I got to Google him.
And his suit looked fake.
Hair.
The creases were too Like, remember the creases in his suit?
Oh, yeah. And then Del Rio tried to copy him.
Oh, they were such frauds. Talk about a fraud.
If the Trey Lance, okay, you know when you hear like, if so-and-so had a face, if the Trey's not ready had a face, it would be Mike Nolan.
Whoa.
That wasn't good.
So Savino, where I was getting at, he was just in Arkansas too, covering the Razorbacks and the Bearcats, Cincinnati Bearcats. Savino goes, he called me last night. He goes, you ignored me when you did the little hot tub video with Joe Shasky. I liked it, but you didn't reply to my text.
What was the text?
He goes, Trey Lance is a high school quarterback, right? He's going to be known as Telegraph Trey. I said, you know what? You're being disrespectful right now.
That's pretty funny, though.
But that's a pretty damn good nickname, Telegraph Trey. It ain't going to happen. It's a pretty damn good nickname.
What if he's Touchdown Trey?
Well, Touchdown Tommy Vardell.
Oh, that was great. There was a book, too, I believe, Touchdown Tommy.
Touchdown Tommy? Oh,
Touchdown
man.
Tommy Vardell, number 44.
Oh,
See, that's
man.
what I do with the television, though, especially for road games. I go to specific 49er legend numbers. That's where like 44.
Yeah.
I got to go to 33.
Right.
If I'm really loud and I'm in, like the kitchen going back and forth, I'll go up to 81 or 80. Like, that's where my brain goes. 52 for P. Willie.
I'm looking back at the Erickson opener. Cordell Stewart was playing quarterback for the Bears. Why don't I remember him playing quarterback?
Did we win by like a blowout?
49. Yeah, it was 49-7. I remember that.
Okay.
Your boy had a bunch of field goal kicks that day.
Who?
Was it Chandler?
Or was it Cortez?
Chandler? No, it wasn't Cortez. It was Chandler, I believe.
Oh, Jeff Chandler.
Yeah, Jeff Chandler from Florida.
Yeah.
That
was number 3.
Bad. That was bad. Darnell and Oakland. I want to get to this call because the Bears and Niners, they've had some great games against each other. But they've had some hideous games against each other as well.
Was Alden had like a 5-sack game against
Jason Campbell.
Yes.
Jason
Campbell?
Jason Campbell that day. Yeah, Monday Night Football.
Jason
Yeah,
Campbell.
remember
Auburn.
that?
Wow.
Auburn, yep.
Going way back.
Darnell and
I
Oakland.
love football.
What's happening?
Hey, man, do y'all remember the game? I think it was Halloween night. It was 2005. I want to say it was a Sunday night game on ESPN, back when Sunday night games was on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
And that was probably the worst football game I've ever seen. I think it was like Craig Krenzel quarterbacking for the Bears.
Oh, my gosh, Ohio State. He was an Ohio State quarterback.
And Ken Dorsey was quarterbacking for the Niners, and it was just a terrible football. I just remember that game popped into my mind, especially when we were talking about the Dennis Erickson era. I believe he was a coach that year, but yeah, I would just remember that game. That had to be the worst game I've ever seen.
October 31st.
No offense.
04.
I'm looking at it right now.
23-13 Niners.
Wow.
23-13 Niners.
No, they lost.
Bears, excuse me, Bears.
Wow.
Bernard Berrien, 49-yard touchdown pass. You know where he went to school? Remember him? Fresno State.
I don't remember
He was at that Fresno State team with David Carr, Derek Carr's older brother. Wow, this is a terrible.
Ronnie Hurd with an interception. Jeez, talk about going down the way back machine.
Ken Dorsey, 16 to 36, 122 yards. 18 carries from Kevin Barlow, 56 yards. Kevin Barlow, man, he was talking about a fall from grace.
He friended me on Facebook, and that's when I knew it was low for him.
Kevin Barlow?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And it's a picture of him as a Niner. I knew a couple of chicks from Sacred Heart who were dating Kevin Barlow.
Oh, my gosh.
All at the same time.
Why you got to put his business out there? Wow! Wait a minute. Kevin Barlow's a 49er?
Yes.
Dating chicks at the high school?
Yes.
Why would you put that out
2
there,
at the
man?
same time. And they were 18. He was Kevin Barlow.
God.
How many guys or girls have a Kevin Barlow jersey that they look at with disdain? We all thought he was the dude.
We all thought he was the dude.
Pittsburgh!
You can't be an NFL player dating chicks from high school, man.
I'm just telling you the times. We're different.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not saying it was right or wrong.
Put that out there in the street, man. Why you got to do that to Barlow?
Who's your favorite 49er or Bear who played on both teams? Because I start thinking about it. Mike Singletary was the head coach for the 49ers, and I thought he was going to be great, and I was way wrong on that. And then I think about guys like Richard Dent and...
Honest to God, that's my guy Pierre in front office, Igor. I damn near shed a tear when Singletary had that presser.
Oh, we all did. We were ready to line up and salute.
I thought the dynasty was starting.
Lieutenant Singletary.
Dude, I thought that.
I have a faithful 08 shirt that I got in the Candlestick parking lot, and it had Singletary's name on the back, and it said, "I want winners," and everyone had that shirt.
I was all in. I went to the Pasta Fest. They had a Pasta Fest the next year. I was all in on Singletary.
When he dropped his pants in the locker room and kicked Vernon Davis off the field, everybody was like, like, that's my coach. I'll never forget my favorite Singletary moment of them all. He calls timeout. This is against the Atlanta Falcons.
Snitch's the thing. Oh, yeah, when the team huddled up on the field of Candlestick.
He calls a timeout. He calls a timeout. Team-wide huddle. The entire Candlestick was like, I love it. I love it. I love it. The very next play, Roddy White went for 85 yards.
Or something like that.
85-yard touchdown. Very next play.
Who was the guy who caught? Was it Nate Clements or Dre Bly who picked off?
It was Dre Bly.
It was Dre Bly. And Roddy White fumbled.
Yes.
And Roddy White did the same thing the next year at the Georgia Dome. Remember?
I know.
When Taylor Mays had the block punt. Oh man. Let's go to Bill Romanowski, 8 o'clock. He's going to get everybody fired up, too. Yeah, dude, you out here snitching on Barlow, man. I can't believe you dropped that. That blows you. What the hell was he doing? It's like
those were rumors.
All right, yeah, you better.
Look at all these rumors.
Oh, man, my stomach hurts, man. Robin to the city. Robin, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, you guys. 3 things. Okay, I don't know who the coach was. I can't remember after Singletary. But, you know, the Niners had a pretty good defense. And I don't know, but if it was how long it carried over and we started winning the game. But the foundation of that defense was really set by Mike Singletary, if you guys understand what I'm saying. He doesn't get, he didn't turn out to be great, but later on, the foundation, that when we started winning, if I'm just going by memory, actually Singletary had built that down defense. I wanted to point
Robin,
that out.
before you keep going, he apparently stood up and pounded the table for Patrick Willis. That's the rumor. I don't know if it's true.
Senior Bowl.
He was the guy that basically wanted Patrick Willis. So if that's what he did, then yes, absolutely he deserves credit.
Okay. And then the second thing, my favorite game with the Bears was the NFC Championship in 1988 in the snow. And because the Niners had actually won championships, but they weren't favored to win that damn game in Soldier Field in the snow. And we kicked butt. And then the third thing I want to say is, it's kind of off the subject, but when Shasky said something, or one of you guys just made reference to we started winning, we beat the St. Louis Rams. Well, actually, our dynasty started with Joe Montana by beating the LA Rams. You guys might be just a little too young to remember, and maybe, you know, you do have knowledge of it. But the Rams always kicked our butts coming up here, you know, those short Pat Hayden and whatnot.
Pat Hayden.
And so when Joe, he was like, what, 4'9" with his mouth closed and 5 feet with it open. And so then, when Joe Montana and Walsh, they didn't start off great that season, okay? But then we beat the Rams. I had some friends tell me, they said, Robin, we should watch the game together, but I took my time coming. They said, come over there, actually good, Robin. And I went over there, and they was beating the Rams' butt. Look it up. And after that, we went on to win, 13 more straight games. And then that's when we went to the beat Dallas in that year. Look it up. That's how we started. And people started paying attention to us and taking us serious after we kicked the Rams' butt.
No doubt, Robin. Bye, Robin. The YouTube comments.
I'm getting lots of text about Barlow at City Lights.
I'm sitting. Oh, dude, why would you do that, man? Come on, man.
Hey, bro.
Come on. Wow! 18 and over club. Come on, man.
Him and Beedrins.
Put some respect on Kevin Barlow's name. Come on,
He
man.
was a tap dancer.
Oh, my God. They weren't tap dancing.
Who's your favorite Bear Niner?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Parrish?
Dude, Kevin Barlow's going to be trending soon because of you.
No.
I got nothing to do with that.
A running back from the early 00s?
My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. All right?
Okay.
I ain't messing with that. I don't know anything about the rumors. Kevin Barlow, he got paid, got traded on later that year, went to the Jets, whatever. All good.
Is it Brandon Lloyd? Is that your favorite Bear Niner? Richard Dent?
No, Richard Dent didn't really play with the Niners. He broke
94,
his leg.
I know,
but he
but
broke his
he's
leg
there.
in week 2.
He was one of the seminal free agents that signaled everyone was coming here.
But you know, I don't know. Favorite Bear Niner?
Anthony Adams?
Somebody
pick.
just tweeted us. They tweeted us favorite Bear who played for the Niners too is Spice Adams.
Okay, that's
Anthony
not bad.
Adams. It's not bad. It's a good one. I think on that. You know who I always thought was going to be a Niner?
Jim Harbaugh?
No. Well, that's a good one. But I thought Lance Briggs was always going to be a Niner.
Oh, we got in trouble for tampering.
Yeah, they got tampered. Yeah,
the Niners lost a pick.
Yeah,
I always wanted him.
I thought Lance Briggs was going to be a Niner. I really did. Best Niner Bear. Damn, there hasn't been too many good ones, huh?
Robbie Gould?
Robbie Gould's probably the best one. Robbie Gould's probably the best one. Tony Paris wasn't a Bear, was he?
Yeah, I thought he was a Bear before he was a Niner.
So I would say
and
Tony
he broke
Paris.
his leg as well.
Yeah,
I love Tony Paris.
Tony Paris, I loved him as a
He
Niner.
wore 33 well.
So I'll go Tony Paris.
Yeah, I was a big...
I'll go Tony Paris.
Yeah, he was one of my faves.
Because you got to think long and hard about Bear and Niner guys.
That's what I'm saying. But they have a long history of facing each other, and it just feels like even when we're both down, they're fun games.
Yeah, they are fun games. Gale Sayers, 6 touchdowns. Back in the day at Wrigley Field. John Brody threw 4 touchdown passes against them the year before. At Keysar Stadium, blew them out. You would like that, huh? They were on 45-3. Your grandpa may remember that game.
Yeah.
45-3. Tell Grandpa Sass to give us a call.
I've been looking at the calendar for Grandpa. I'm trying to find one of these non-110-degree days that he can go to a Niner game so he isn't like whittle in the heat.
Oh, Dante Wiley, what's up? R.W. McQuarters, without a doubt.
Whoa! R.W. I thought he was going to be something.
I thought, coming out of Oklahoma State.
I was like, kick returner.
I thought he was the next Deion. I thought he was the next Deion.
I did too. We all did.
Disappointed.
We all
did. A lot of disappointing draft picks, man. God.
I remember telling someone he'll be better than Delta O'Neal.
Why'd you have to do this? 650. Kevin Barlow wanted to take my sister on a cruise to the Caribbean. She was 19. Stop, man.
That.
Don't do that.
All right, I'm done with this one.
Don't do that. Save us, Langford.
Is Dante Pettis your favorite Bear Niner?
It's time for the injury report.
It really hurts.
Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
Oh, the Chicago Bears are getting healthy here. Lucas Patrick, center for the Bears, was back at practice. He's been out since July 28th with the right thumb injury. The plan for Patrick was to have him ready to go for week 1. That is still in the cards for Chicago. Team is unsure if he can snap a football, meaning he can play some snaps at guard on Sunday if that is the case. The Boxer Gerson injury report brought to you by Boxer Gerson, the injury report. Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises. The one and only Bill Romanowski.
We've got the best 49ers pre- and post-game coverage. Larry Krueger and Lorenzo Neal host the Kickoff Show.
Comfort for players is not a priority for me. Was Joe Montana comfortable when Steve Young was behind him? No.
After the game, Kyle Madsen and Alan Stiles bring you overtime.
Lance did what they brought him in to do. That's awesome. A+. F- for the throw.
Yeah. This is the Bay Area's sports station. 95.7 The Game.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
O'Reilly. Improve fuel mileage with Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner at O'Reilly Auto Parts. A clean fuel system can increase your vehicle's performance and gas mileage. Get Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner starting at $9.99 and earn 10 times O Rewards points on your purchase. Get the most out of every gallon. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts or shop O'ReillyAuto.com today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you are looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
This is Loyalty Lab Interview 6. Subject, grandmother's loyalty. Margie, what do you do when your grandson misbehaves?
Angels don't misbehave.
Here we study the most loyal, like you and... Oh, there goes the lamp.
You shouldn't have put it there.
Shell and the Fuel Rewards program has our members' backs too. It's super easy to save on every gallon. Loyal, just like how you acted like that wasn't his fault.
Someone should clean that up before he gets hurt.
Yes! Loyal, just like that.
10 years of FR.com. Terms and conditions apply.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Some fans gear up for game day, but some fans follow their team every day. That's why the Locked On Podcast Network has a daily podcast for your favorite NFL team. Every trade, every overtime win, every game. Our local experts cover the biggest stories around your team every day. Search Locked On plus your favorite NFL team on the Odyssey app or wherever you get podcasts. The Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you ready for your palm reading, my dear?
Yeah, let's do this.
I sense that you crave something.
More reliable.
Right. You know you deserve better and want out of a relationship.
Yes, with my big name wireless carrier.
You're who now?
My big name wireless carrier. That's why I switched to Xfinity Mobile. Now I get unlimited with 5G for $30 per month on the most reliable 5G network.
Let's talk about your aura. It's so...
And get this. They can even save you hundreds a year on your wireless bill over T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon.
Wow, that's actually really impressive.
Yep, but you already knew that, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I definitely saw this coming.
Start seeing savings today. Switch to the fastest mobile service, Xfinity Mobile. Now with the best price on 2 lines of unlimited, just $30 a line per month. Switch today. Xfinity Internet required. Price comparison for 2 unlimited lines under available 5G pricing plans of top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds up to 20 gigabytes of usage per line. Most reliable based on RootMetrics US report. Comcast analysis of mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data from Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Q2 2022.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
And well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby, what a show. What a show, what a show. Somehow Kevin Barlow became the topic of conversation. We're going to move off of that. We're going to get right back into Bears, Niners. 888-957-9570. What's your week one ritual? Do you follow that ritual throughout the season? Do you wear the same outfit that you wore for week one? Like I do that. I wear one sweater per season. Like if I wear certain boxers and they win a certain pair of boxers, I wash those boxers and I wear the same ones every Sunday. That's what I do. Maybe that's TMI. Same sweater, you know. You wear the same socks, I wear the same sweater. It's all good. Oh, my gosh. Kevin Barlow sounds like a guy to buy Flintstone vitamins and shop at Hot Topic. 510 Comcast Business Text Line. Jeez. Bill Romanowski coming up in moments. Don't forget about the Odyssey kickoff with Boomer and Valenti starting this Saturday at 9 a.m. and airing every Saturday leading up to the Super Bowl. Odyssey presents Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti, a 1-hour show with our very own Boomer Esiason breaking down the games each week and giving his unique perspective on the NFL on and off the field. That's 9 a.m. starting this Saturday right here on 95.7 The Game. Good morning, everybody out there getting off the graveyard shifts, getting ready for work. If you're at work, what is happening? Niners, Bears, week one. And let's get everybody back on track because everybody's minds is elsewhere right now. It's all over the place. Stitchestasky started something here, and something's going to be trended out Twitter soon.
Can you do me a favor? I want to hear the play that flipped the game last year, that flipped the season last year. I want to hear about that Deebo Samuel play that lives in my head forever.
3rd down and 20. Boy, you'd love to have some of these weapons that the Niners are missing right now.
Yeah, you can't stress enough, right? You'd love Khalil Mack if you're Chicago, but I'll tell you, if you're the San Francisco 49ers, you'd love to have George Kittle.
Plays like this that they'd love to have him. They'll go with the screen to Samuel, though. He's got blockers and a first down and more. Foot race, Samuel lunging to the pylon. Touchdown! 84 yards. The longest play of the season for San Francisco.
I believe that's Kevin Kugler, right? Is that Kevin Kugler? The one who said, oh, my goodness. Eno Benjamin trucks Trey Kirkpatrick. That was rock bottom. That's what brought the Niners back from dead.
There was a throw, too, before halftime that Jimmy squeezed in over the middle of the field.
Deep shot.
Yeah, that was an absolute dime because they were very stale in that first half.
Well, I remember when they did score a touchdown and Jimmy went to celebrate with the receivers and everybody was hyper-focused on Jimmy celebrating. They're like, look, nobody's even listening to Jimmy. He's done. Oh. He's cooked. And they did drop a lot of passes in that game. But things started off hairy. Justin Fields was running the ball. He ran for 103 yards that day. But that play right there feels like it flipped the momentum of the season. John Lynch mentioned it last year when he joined us. That Chicago game was the one. Did he have a speech? He had a speech that Saturday night, I think, to the team. Nick Bosa kind of revealed that, saying John Lynch spoke to the team that Saturday night before they played Chicago. That was the turning point of their season. So you hear all those Niner fans there. Yeah, there was a bunch of Niner fans. There was a bunch of Niner fans this Sunday. That was the play right there.
You know the one thing that I haven't heard anybody bring up, because we were making so much about the quarterback situation, and rightfully so. It's very important. We all agree, no matter who's under center for quarterback, they need to have the running back situation healthy and ready to go. Where's Elijah Mitchell at physically right now?
Looks healthy. He's been at practice. But can Jordan Mason run the rock a little bit?
Jeff Wilson Jr., I don't know. Everybody was so shocked by the JaMychal Hasty cut, and I wasn't. I wasn't surprised by that at all.
Yeah, I feel like
we overrated his pass catching and special teams ability. He's a mediocre special teams player.
He peaked that Sunday Night Football game against Rams.
Well, he never recovered from the whatever it was, Achilles injury.
Yeah, he had injuries.
He wasn't the same,
like that.
Bouncy guy.
By the way, Emmanuel Sanders will have his retirement press conference today at 11 a.m. at Dove Valley. Benjamin Albright breaking that down. Emmanuel Sanders, gone. Had a nice little cameo with the 49ers.
He had a nice little career. Pittsburgh, Denver, the Niners.
Won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had a nice career.
All right, we're trying to catch up with Romo because we want to get fired up, and I just want to hear Romo say, "Okay." When we went to Soldier Field, okay.
I told Antonio Brown to come to my house, and I will saw his feet off for him.
Okay. I told him about the lean one shakes. How it could get these guys right. Do you ever remember Romo pitching the Denver Broncos for the head coaching job?
Yeah.
Do you remember what he did?
No.
He had like these binders, and he had like nutrition plans, and he had workout plans.
Like Chip Kelly. Yeah. Well, Chip was kind of at the forefront of this, though. He was.
Oh, you talk about Chip Kelly. But
he was when it comes to the shakes and like specific shakes for each player.
He had the Navy SEAL training everybody, right?
Exactly. He went a little overboard with his like player theories. Like you could only be 6'1" and 195 pounds to play wide receiver. Like if I gave him Calvin Johnson, that wouldn't work.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can't give you T.O.
I remember somebody asked him a question. We're talking about Chip Kelly, and he's like, I don't use the fullback. Can never use the fullback. It's like, all right, Chip, if I gave you Mike Allstott in his prime, you couldn't find a way to use him? Because your system is so specific?
Fourth and short. You don't need a fullback?
Well, and that's kind of where I'm at when I get frustrated with analytics, and it's specifically the San Francisco Giants. But, we do it our way, and our system supersedes players and talent. You got to evolve a little.
I'm a football guy.
To the talent you got.
How about this play back in January of 89 for the 88 season?
Give it to me.
To the right. Montana back to throw it. To Rice. Pass caught by Jerry Rice, and look out for this one. 49er touchdown from 61 yards away.
And that was a heck of a throw by Joe Montana. If you told me today that Joe Montana could throw an out that far to Jerry Rice on the sideline, I would say there's no way.
And remember that season. It was hairy. It was rocky. Steve Young, Joe Montana, that Regal Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Joe Montana, Bill Walsh said, you know what? We're going with Joe.
Yeah, Randy Cross said there was almost mutiny in the locker room because they kept going back and forth. The specific game against the Saints where they get into the red zone and Steve comes trotting out, apologizing to Joe as Joe's coming off the field.
They were 6-5 that year. They had just lost to the Raiders 9-3. I remember that game as a kid. I was like, damn, we're getting smoked. And they were 6-5. And Bill Walsh basically was like, we're going to Joe. And they went on a run. They didn't lose a game. They lost the last game of the season to the Revs. But, after that, they lost one game. And they go on to win their third Super Bowl of the 80s, beating the Cincinnati Bengals.
So we were looking at just the Bears and the Niners. So let me run a couple of numbers by you. These two teams obviously have faced each other a zillion times. The Niners are 9-7 against the Bears since 1990. Whenever I hear stats like that, I'm always like, they don't mean a whole lot to me. You know what I mean? But it's a trip. It feels like they've played more than that in the last 30 years, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it does.
16 times? It doesn't feel like enough.
By the way, he's flaking on us, man. No Robo today.
That's okay.
He's not picking up the phone.
Okay.
He doesn't want to talk to us. What do you think he's doing? Is he working out?
I don't know. Maybe he's hanging out with Russ. And they're going, let's ride or whatever the hashtag is for Russell
Wilson. Is he in Denver?
Wilson. I think he's in Colorado, yeah. In the mountains.
I thought he was in Walnut Creek.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Unlimited.
Okay.
Just a random hashtag as we're talking Niners and Bears. 888-957-9570 if you got any rituals or memories of the Bears, Niners, what sticks out to you? Because they've got a long history against each other. But it is 32 days to the Warriors' regular season. And I don't think, not 32 days to the regular season. October 18th is when the season starts. But they're starting to wrap up. Did you see the rankings yesterday?
What rankings?
NBA 2K rankings.
No, I didn't see the NBA 2K rankings.
Clay was not happy.
Why?
Got an 83.
80?
There's no emotion on my face because I know.
Well, I guess my question is how many 90s pluses are there in the game?
Steph got a 96 and people were mad about that.
Yeah, he should be a 99.
Yeah, people were ticked off. KD wasn't happy about getting a 99.
Did anyone get a 99?
Not sure. Jokic, maybe? Maybe?
I'll look.
I think Giannis was the highest at 97.
I mean,
really? Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing, Roddy 2K? What are we doing, Roddy 2K?
Yeah, we got Giannis at 97, LeBron at 96, KD, Joel Embiid, and Steph, and Jokic all at 96.
LeBron's the same level of Curry?
Yeah.
Klay Thompson did screenshotted his three-pointers, his place in history, and was like, what the hell? Come on, 2K. Then he posted another shot of Jonathan Kuminga, said, hey, Jonathan Kuminga, why your face so ugly? Klay Thompson's having a hell of a summer. Come on, how you not going to give Steph? I mean,
it's the defense. That's why.
But what about LeBron James' injury history over the last 3 years?
What about his defense?
I don't make the ratings. Do you guys play 2K?
Yeah. And it's hard.
How does Giannis not get a 99? He was a DPOY, and he was an MVP.
This is all on you, Langford. My bad.
Why? I mean, seriously. You can't give a player a 99 rating? Why?
And LeBron don't play no defense anymore.
None.
I mean, like,
none.
You know?
Should be a 90 if we keep it in a buck.
I thought you were going with the Warrior stuff in the NBA. I thought you were going to go to the Pat Beverly line of, you know, what they asked him, like, hey, what's it like to play with champions in LeBron James and Anthony Davis? And he's like, well, wait a minute. No, they get to play with me. I'm the one who made the playoffs last year.
How do you think that's going to end up in L.A.?
Pat Bev?
Pat Bev.
He's getting DFA'd, and we're going to swoop him. And then he's going to be clapping in Laker fans' faces. I want Pat Bev on the Dubs.
So they had Kuminga at 79 and Moody at 74. So I think they should be the same.
Yeah, but power and speed are very much, those are skills or attributes, if you will, in that video game that, you know, we...
Poole was an 83.
Highlight. Poole was an 83.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's not high enough.
Well, I mean, what, you want everyone in the 90s?
No, I mean, put some respect on JP. Should it be 87? Did we not see the playoffs? 86? I don't know. I don't get too outraged, but it is a joke that nobody's a 99.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing people like, well, only Jordan's allowed to be 99. Well, all right. Cool.
A cool story. By the way, NBA 2K is a hard game to play.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
I struggle shooting.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. The new Madden, by the way, passing. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
What are you doing?
I want to go over-unders with you because this is something I've been thinking about for quite some time when it comes to the 49ers. You want to do some over-unders?
Yeah, let's get some over. Do we have some music? We want to do music.
I want NFL music.
Yeah, you want NFL music?
As the bed?
Yeah, absolutely. Prime time or something? Let's go. Oh, I can rock with this. The top 10 list. I like this. Where's our over-unders?
All right, so am I going to ask you?
You can ask me.
I'll ask you. Trey Lance, his completion percentage in college was 65%.
Okay.
He was 69% in 2019. And Russell Wilson, as for a reference point, was 64% for his rookie season. Josh Allen was a measly 53% his rookie season. Is Trey Lance going to be over or under 60% this year?
I'm going over. He will complete 62% of his passes this season. Take the over on Trey Lance.
Is that because of all the easy throws that they're going to have in this offense?
Absolutely. Big chunk plays, easy throws, and he's going to know about the cue card. I will reveal the cue card Friday. There's a lot of names on the cue card.
Oh, well, an unveiling.
Unveiling.
An unsheathing.
Yes.
like it's King Arthur's sword.
All you people. There's a lot of names on there. A lot of names.
Sticking with Trey Lance. 500 is the number, but I'm going to give you some context.
Wait, hold on. You think 60% for Trey Lance? Under? Over?
You know,
you're going to go under. I know. You're going to hedge.
I am going to go under, and the reason why I'm going to go under is because I actually think they're going to take a lot of deep shots, and I don't think he's going to throw for a lot of passes. I think it's going to be like 11 for 20, 11 for 19.
13 to 21.
Yeah, I think he'll be like in the 58, 59% range.
That's fair. That's
fair.
I
just don't see him going over 60 because I do think they're going to take shots downfield the handful of times that they do throw it.
Dude, fun. People want us to go back to Kevin Barlow stories or Joe Horn. I don't think we need to go down that road anymore.
Joe Horn's in jail.
Is he in jail right now?
I think so.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Trey Lance, he rushed for 1,100 yards in 2019 and 1,300 overall in his career, basically about 20 games or so at North Dakota State. He rushed for 168 yards last year, basically 4.4 yards an attempt. Is Lance going to rush for over or under 500 yards?
Taking the under. I think he's going to be very cognizant on staying in the pocket and becoming a pocket quarterback.
Really?
He'll run when he needs to, but he's not like a burner. You know, he's not a Lamar Jackson. He's not a Michael Vick. It's not one of these guys who could. Josh Allen even, I think, has more speed and athleticism than Trey Lance. I had Trey Lance at the under 500. I think he's going to get about 450 to 470.
I'm going to go over. This, to me, feels like the easiest lock of the year.
Wow.
35 yards a game, give or take. Like, he can't run on broken, scrambled plays. This feels like a lock for me.
Right.
I'm gonna hammer the over.
All right, there you go.
All right, Jimmy G.
Write these down, Lubman. Write these down. Come on. Let's revisit these at some point. Langford, why are you making that this face, dude?
Last year, Trey Lance, it says he made 3 starts. He did not. He had 2 starts and came in relief in the Seattle game. So he played in a total of 3 games, but only started 2 last year. Trey Lance came in 2 times for the injured Jimmy Garoppolo. Right. Is Jimmy G going to start over under 3 games this year?
Under. He may start 3, but he ain't going over 3. Ooh. He may not start a game.
Yeah, I'm going under. I think Trey Lance is going to play every single game.
I'm going under.
I think he's going to find a way to stay healthy and showcase his toughness. All right, sacks allowed. Woo-wee. Wow.
All right, so Joe Horton is not in prison. He just got sentenced to 3 years of probation and was ordered to perform 200 hours of community service.
Well, there you go.
There's so many of them, I can't really give you an exact name.
Thank you, Joe. All right. In 2018, Shanahan's team allowed 48 sacks. That's the most ever in the Shanahan 49er era. Over, under 48 for sacks allowed.
No, that'd be under. But they may reach 40. This interior offensive line, there's a big spotlight on them. Aaron Banks did not look good in the preseason. Burford, he's still a rookie. He's young. Aaron Donald's come to town. They got to see Aaron Donald twice a year. You got some ballers, the Chargers. I mean, they're playing some dudes this year. It's going to get close, but I'm going to take the under. Trey will learn how to get the ball out, and he'll run and scramble like you just mentioned.
In about 14 and a half games, Jimmy Garoppolo was sacked 30-something times, all right? And then Trey Lance was sacked 4 times in the 2.5 games that he played. I still feel like 40, give or take, is about the number that they're going to take in terms of sacks.
Yeah, about
48. So I'm going to go slightly under.
Yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, but it won't get to 48.
And I'm a little worried about, health from McGlinchey and these young offensive line. It feels like the most underreported part of the team.
So we'll get the injury report later today. Niners will be at the practice field today. What the hell is going on with Mike McGlinchey? Is he going to be ready to go week 1? Or is it going to be Colton McKivitt's time at right tackle? Who the hell is going to play right tackle?
I don't know.
Wow, that's a big question, man. That's a big swing. If McGlinchey could play, now Robert Quinn had 18 sacks last year.
He was a monster.
Yeah.
Well, sticking with that theme, offensive line, what about team rushing yards? Last year, they ran for over 2,166 yards. Over or under the number that they ran for last year? 2,166 yards as a team.
They'll go over.
I think so, too.
They'll go over.
Elijah Mitchell, second year in the system. I think he's a little better in terms of his body, and he looks like he's more chiseled. I believe Lance is going to run for more yardage this year. I'm going to go over as well.
I'll go Elijah Mitchell, 1,100 yards rushing. Debo with another 300. That's 1,400. Do the math. Trey, 450. And then you got Jeff Wilson Jr., Mason, and Juszczyk getting some rocks. So I got him over that number.
All right, let's go. This is a pick'em here. This one's a pick'em, and then we'll go to the over-unders. Who is going to lead the team from the wide receiver standpoint in terms of yards?
Brandon Ayuk.
Over Debo.
Brandon Ayuk.
You're very confident with that.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm going to stick with Debo.
All right.
I'm going to stick with Debo. Slightly. I think they're going to be very comparable. Yeah. I think 900 yards for each would be an appropriate number.
Yep.
Because I just don't think they're going to throw a whole lot. So here's the over-under. 1,000 each, over-under.
I think Ayuk goes for about 12 to 1,300.
Wow, that many.
Debo's going to go for another 8 to 900. So, they're going to go over that number.
Wow!
17-game season, too.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I think both go under 1,000 this year. I think it's going to be like 950.
Ooh. All right.
I don't see them throwing a lot because there's so many targets.
Yeah, you're right. All right,
takeaways.
I'm being a little optimistic here. I'm not going to lie. And look, Scott Van Pelt says this all the time on ESPN SportsCenter. Who wants to bet unders? They're boring. Root for points, root for yards, bet the over.
Obvious, but this team plays a very condensed brand of football because they run the ball and the clock. All right. Takeaways. 27 is the most that the 49ers have had under Shanahan. They had 20 last year. Okay? 20 last year. But 27's the high water mark. Can this team get 27 turnovers this year, over, under?
I'm going under. They play some top-flight quarterbacks, man. Mahomes, Carr, Herbert. Of course, Russell Wilson in Denver. You have Matt Stafford. He'll throw a couple up. I got the under. I think they're going to get about 25 to 26 takeaways. There's going to be some hairy moments early on with the secondary. Sammy Womack III playing that nickel back. No Jimmy Ward for the first 4 games. We'll see how the other defensive linemen respond outside of Nick Bosa. I go under. They're going to be close. It's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I'm with you on the under on this one. It's so hard to predict turnovers. It's just such a difficult thing. One year you catch them all. The next year you don't get any. You listen to the people that are advanced analytics dweebs, and they always tell you, like, oh, there's no correlation on interceptions and fumbles. Sometimes it's just random. I do believe pressure on a quarterback creates turnovers. And so I think they're going to have a lot of them.
Yep.
But 27 is a lot.
27 is a lot.
That's over 1.5 a game.
Especially in today's game,
That's
where
what
the
I'm
passing
saying.
is so easy for these quarterbacks.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, how many turnovers do they need to have to be a playoff team, you
I
think?
don't know. That's.
I think 20 is about the number. You need a minimum of 20.
I would flip the question to say, how many turnovers can the Niners commit into investing
Same
to the
number.
play? Like, you know what I'm
For
saying?
me, 20.
Right. You can't have more than 20 turnovers,
Yes.
right? All right.
Although you never know, you're going to have a lot of fumbles and things like that.
Yeah, you
All
never
right,
know.
sacks. They had 48 last year. Nick Bosa obviously had 15.5, fifth most ever in a single 49er season. How many sacks are they going to have next year? Over or under 50?
I want to go over this number because I think Nick Bosa's getting at least 15. Drake Jackson's going to threaten a double-digit number. Kerry Hyder Jr. is going to get a couple sacks.
About Armstead.
Armstead and Kinlaw. I think Kinlaw's going to have more sacks than Armstead.
Okay.
I think Kinlaw can hit 10.
10?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Maybe I'm a little delusional, but we'll go 10.
So you're going to over 50?
They're going to get 51 sacks this year.
51. Wow.
51 sacks.
Wow. I'm going to go under, but I think Bosa individually is going to hit high. So before we hit because I want to go wins on the other side. Bosa, over, under, 20.5 sacks.
I'm going to go under. 19 sacks.
I'm going over. I think he's going to get 23, 24 sacks this year.
God.
I really do.
He's going to break the NFL record.
I just think he's just an unstoppable force.
Langford's like, what?
I think he's an
going to break
unstoppable
the NFL
force.
record?
Well, there's an extra game.
It's true.
And they get to play Drew Lock twice.
Geno Smith.
I'm telling you, I'm
So they got Geno Smith.
I'm taking the over.
They play Mahomes, Herbert, Russ. Damn, 23.5 sacks. Wow. That's a lot.
All right, on the other side, I'm about to ask you about the win
23.5.
total.
You imagine if he has 23.5? Maybe the greatest single season ever for a defensive end. You're basically banking on that.
I mean, you're looking at Reggie White. You're looking at Strahan.
Reggie White never got 23.5.
No, but I'm saying like great seasons.
Great seasons.
He was a defensive player of the year.
23.5.
So.
Like TJ Watt just got 22.5.
I know, and it was ridiculous. But also that division factors into it.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some bad teams.
It's not just bad teams, it's the brand of football that they play. You know, you're going to get opportunities.
Wow. It's fun. Ian San Jose will get you on the other side. Romo flaked on us. We got Benjamin Albright coming up, too. He's got some reports on the Niners, Trey Lance, Shanahan, all that, much more. That's coming up. Brought to you by the San Diego Tourism Authority. When you're happy, you know it in San Diego. There's no limit to how you can show it. Endless sunshine. Coastline and outdoor adventures inspire waves of feel-good vibes. Plan your trip today at san diego.org.
Every Monday night, Lorenzo Neal and Sean Salisbury team up for the Football Hour.
It's Deebo Samuel. If you eliminate his versatility, they're a completely different football team.
He is a game changer. And watching him run over guys, stiff them, and actually dropping the boom on them, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
React to the game with two NFL veterans. Monday nights from 6 to 7 on 95.7 The Game.
If you're a professional builder or designer, here's some good news from Golden State Lumber. Their relationships with Capital Lumber, Cal Cascade, Humboldt Sawmill, and others have led to an increase in lumber inventory. Golden State strives to deliver most materials the next day, if not the same day. Be sure to download the Golden State app, which provides access to hundreds of resources. Find it at goldenstatelumber.com. For 3 generations, Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
Okay, you know those amazing spots only the true San Francisco locals are in on? Like that place with the square pizzas? Or Mama Hoo-Hoo? The spot for sweet and sour chicken that's anything but so-so. Order up! You know, with the Granch dressing. And all the other spots the real SF locals know without us even saying them. Yeah, they're on DoorDash. San Francisco gets it. DoorDash has it.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Whether you're buying a new car or used one, it's a big investment, which is why you should choose Pennzoil Platinum. It helps extend the life of your engine and protect it up to 15 years or 500,000 miles, whichever comes first, guaranteed. That's because Pennzoil's base oil is made from natural gas and 99.5% free from engine clogging impurities. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Enrollment required. Keep your receipts. Other conditions apply. See pennzoil.com/warranty for full details. Find it at Firestone Complete Auto Care.
We all know someone who's all work and no chill. Trust me, that used to be me. But then I found Galaxy Z Fold 4, which allows me to do more things at once. Much better. Now I can take video calls from my phone and use it to take notes at the same time.
Wait, are you at the spa?
Or check my shopping list while ordering more scented candles and face masks on the foldable, expansive screen. Don't take your to-do list one line at a time. Multitask so you can relax.
Get the new Galaxy Z Fold 4 at Samsung.com today.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Cooler today, but still warm in Palo Alto. Highs 91.
Brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Your neighborhood Ashley store has all the styles, selection, and value you'll need to invite fall in this season. Find furniture you'll love by shopping locally or visit ashley.com today.
Score big with Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with the game-changing speed of supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers the field and then some. and blocks billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you protected at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
At Churches, we put it all on the table for less. Get 10-piece legs and thighs, 2 large size, 5 honey butter biscuits, and 5 jalapeno peppers starting at just $20. Churches Texas Chicken. Welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
Now, back to the Morning Roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Ooh, this is smooth. Funky. Was this the music Kevin Barlow rolled up to City Nights with? Was he bumping this when he parked his car at City Nights? He got the VIP parking?
No comment.
When he rolled up to the Beehive? When he rolled up to Mission Rock?
I miss Mission Rock.
I do miss
the old Mission Rock.
The old Mission
Rock.
Rock.
The new one is beautiful. Shout out to the Osborne family.
Yeah. I love it.
Get a little food.
The old one. They got great oysters at that Mission Rock.
They do, isn't it? It's a beautiful setting. You sit out on the deck. Speaking of which, I shot a video for the Go-To. I don't know if you know about this series, but
no.
We're doing this thing with Trimark, which is an equipment supply place here. If you're a restaurateur in the San Francisco Bay Area or anywhere in Northern California, you can get all your equipment supplies there. I went to a unbelievable pizza restaurant yesterday called 00.
Where's it at?
It's right down the street here on Folsom, and they cooked me up there. It's called the Castro Pizza. Bonte, it was incredible. Everything was made from scratch. The dough, the mozzarella was like these little tiny crumbles of mozzarella.
So they make the dough in front of you?
Everything was made. It was unbelievable. And then the guy stretches it out. It's Chef Bruce Hall, and he's just a really, really nice guy. I had their Castro Pizza. It was mozzarella, basil, tomato sauce, obviously the fresh dough, thin crust pizza, delicious in a wood fire oven.
Oh, wow.
It was next level.
Wow.
Next level. Pepperoni and sausage, handmade sausage from scratch that they make there. You got to check it out, 00. And
00.
The reason that I want to make sure that we pump up some of these restaurants, imagine the journey that these restaurants have gone through during the pandemic. We all have our own.
And now they're back.
Our own little COVID story, whatever your family situation was, your living conditions were. Imagine trying to run a small family business with all of the chaos that was going on. And so we got to support these people. Go check out 00. It's on 4th and Folsom. You can't miss it. It is incredible pizza. If you're going to an event at the Chase Center, if you're going to AT&T Park, if you're in Moscone Center, go check out 00.
All right, Kirby. Got to give away a gift card.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Fifth caller right now. If you're the fifth caller right now, call 415-951-2386. Again, that's 415-951-2386. Fifth caller gets a free gift card to Kirby. For Kirby. At Kirby, they come to your house to come fix your flat tire, to change your oil, to work on your brakes, whatever you need done. Kirby. Fifth caller right now, 415-951-2386. Let's go take some calls before we get to Benjamin Albright coming up in moments.
Yeah, and
here.
he said something very interesting about Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo and the drama there.
That's what my train of thought was moving. Joe Flacco starting week 1 for the New York Jets against his former team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh.
The NFL, man. Unbelievable.
When you say Joe Flacco, I throw up in my mouth.
Ian, San Jose, what's happening?
Gentlemen, how you doing this morning? I heard the rat-a-tat-tat. I'll be fast. I've got a lot to say about a lot of things about the Niners, but the offensive line, everybody's talking about how terrible it's going to be, but Trent Williams hasn't really played, and the Niners have something not a lot of other teams have, other than Trent Williams to anchor the entire line. They got Daddy Brunskill, who turned Aaron Donald into a crybaby, and they have two guys that come from either the backfield or on the end of that line that are the two best blockers at their position. They're not. This offensive line is not going to be as bad as people think. They're not going to be road graders, but they are going to protect Trey Lance, who can get out of there and run anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that.
Good call. And, one thing that I think we're underselling, Shanahan is the architect of the offense. If anyone could scheme around some inefficiencies on that offensive line, it's going to be him. He did it when Staley got hurt in the middle of the season in 2019, and I feel like we've forgotten about it. They lost Juszczyk, Kittle, and Staley for stretches that year, and he found a way to still be potent.
Well, they started 2 rookie tackles in that game in L.A., which put the Niners on a map in the NFC West. Remember that? It was cool, and I think it was Brunskill. 2 rookie tackles there against L.A. in the first drive was Harry Donald was killing it. And then the Niners settled down. They won that football game going away 28-7. So Shanahan can scheme around it, but it's definitely on everybody's mind here. Let's go to Rolando in Napa. Rolando, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Nothing much. I love listening to you guys. Calling for beautiful. It's pretty hot in Napa, but it's beautiful out here, and I love listening to you guys. So you guys do awesome work.
Thank you.
You guys, Butcher Boy, you were saying some stats earlier, some odds. I got two more for you. Well, after the first week of the NFL, after the first week the NFL is done, will the leader in the NFL in sacks be on the 49ers? And I have another one for you. Over under, will the Niners have a shutout this year?
Ooh.
What do you guys think?
Ooh, a shutout. Man, how many shutouts have they had in the last few years? Oh, man, a shutout.
Shutout. That's
I
gonna
would
be
probably bet against that because like a field goal here or a field goal there.
That's a great bet.
That is a great bet.
I would bet on that just to play.
One shutout?
One shutout. So who's the team?
How many shutouts were there in the NFL last year?
Right, that's a great question. So here's a candidate for a shutout. Seattle week 2.
Are you
serious? Because of Geno Smith. Washington maybe Christmas Eve.
Carson did outplay you in the rain.
He did. I mean, you're not going to do that.
But by then, he will already have pissed off all his teammates and the organization.
Yeah, shutout's tough. It's a great one. I would bet that, though. The odds are probably great
and
on
then,
that.
do you think the 49ers have the guy who's going to lead the league in sacks on their roster? The numbers would probably tell you it's statistically more likely that person comes from one of the other 30-something teams. I'm going to say it's going to be Bosa this year. I'm putting it down. I got a strong feeling that it's going to be Bosa. I could be totally wrong on this. This is how I'm feeling. I think we're primed for one of the great 49er defensive seasons of all time, and it's going to be this year from Nick Bosa.
Oh, T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett. There's some studs out there.
Well, and also your team has to be winning so that the other team's passing more. Like opportunities matter.
No doubt. So they've got to put teams in the pass.
That's why I struggle with Pittsburgh.
But I also look at double teams and triple teams. Like,
no doubt.
How's that going to work out? Let's go to Benjamin Albright, though. Albright NFL. We love him on the Morning Roast. Broncos insider for KOA Colorado. Been doing it all. He's tapped into the NFL. And, he refuted a report the other day that Lance was upset about Jimmy Garoppolo coming back. And Benjamin, good morning to you. Look, the Jimmy Trey stuff has driven us crazy. We've kind of steered away from it this week, kind of just focusing on the Bears and the game plan and all the other pieces here. But what is this noise about Trey Lance, quote-unquote, being annoyed? And why did you refute that report?
Well, I mean, that part of it's not true. Jimmy's been somebody that Trey could lean on a little bit and learn some things. Jimmy's not happy with the situation. Trey's, it's uncomfortable. It's like that three-way where she won't leave in the morning. But it's a situation where I think if you look at it from the internal optics of it versus the actual practicalities of it, as soon as the Niners get the trade package they want, Jimmy's going to be gone. I don't even expect Jimmy to be there at the end of the season on that roster, even with that no-trade clause. They wanted to be rid of him. They couldn't get the package they wanted because they had no leverage after surgery, and so now it's just hanging there in the air. But Trey Lance isn't annoyed at the situation. He's like, hey, look, it is what it is. It's a business.
So you don't believe, hold on, 1 second.
Because he's really tapped in. Benjamin's really tapped in.
That's why we always have you on, Benjamin.
You always are like two steps ahead of everyone.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So you believe by November 1st, the trading deadline in the NFL this season, Jimmy's going to be gone from the 49ers. You think he'll be traded?
I do. I do believe he will be traded before the trade deadline.
And you also said, and maybe I'm just mincing words here, so correct me if I'm wrong. It sounded like you said Jimmy's the one who's a little irritated that he isn't in another location, and it's not Trey Lance.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say that Jimmy's irritated per se, but Jimmy wants to play football, and he's not going to be playing football there with this Trey Lance's show now. And I've seen all this just bad reporting out of there. Talking about the coaches don't like Trey Lance, that's absolutely false. Talking about they're going to switch back to Jimmy Garoppolo, that's false. All that stuff, that is absolute nonsense. I don't know where this stuff gets cooked up. It is the Trey Lance show. They traded those picks for Trey Lance. They weren't trading it for Mac Jones. All this revisionist history from people who were wrong just need to shut their mouths. They were wrong.
Yeah, they were wow.
Well, I love
that.
you, Benjamin.
Benjamin Albright on the Morning Roast on 95.7 game, just guns blazing. He's on fire right now. And look, we're in your
roast.
Dude,
it's the morning roast. This is not the morning give people a free pass.
There we go, Benjamin. There we go. Save that drop, baby. I love that because we're Team Trey Lance. I believe Trey Lance should have played last year, but hindsight's 20/20.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I do believe they're all in on Trey Lance. Why is there so much noise when it comes to Trey Lance? We hear all these rumors, all this stuff about it, and we don't know where it comes from, but it feels like the teammates love Trey Lance. There's been no controversy over Trey Lance getting the keys to the starting job. I don't know where this stuff comes from, but Jimmy, him being a backup, you probably believe that it's more an indictment on Nate Sudfeld and Brock Purdy as opposed to Trey Lance, right?
Well, right. I mean, this team got to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. So if something were to happen to Trey Lance and he were to get hurt out there, well, you've got a guy who knows the locker room, knows the system, and has been to a Super Bowl before and can remain competitive. So in the interim, while you're still looking to deal him, you've got the ideal backup situation. The only little kind of catch in all this is that, if Trey Lance stumbles, then you're going to have fans and media grumbling about it, talking about, get Jimmy back in there and try and create a schism in the locker room. But beyond that, I mean, it's an ideal situation until you trade him. You know you're going to trade him. You know you're going to try to recoup some of those picks you spent on Trey. So as long as Trey Lance stays healthy and plays well, you're good to go.
Wow. I mean, I'm legitimately jaw-dropped right now because every day there's a different report. Peter King, Albert Breer, whomever it is.
Michael Silver.
Saying, hey, the reason that Jimmy... Well, go. Just get right in there. Why do you think that those reports from some of these people aren't accurate?
I think they're hearing some things or they're told some things in some places, but I've had direct conversations with some people, and I just what I hear is almost the opposite of what I'm seeing out there with a lot of this stuff. And there's a reason that he's not Michael Gold, is because he comes in second place every time with those reports. So don't worry about anything coming out of silver medal. As far as the rest of that stuff, though, I just think it's the unknown. I think people fill the unknown in with whatever fits their preconceived bias. They don't know about Trey Lance. They really haven't seen a full body of work. And so they fill in that unknown with whatever they can in order to generate content. All that kind of stuff. I just hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we do too, and we're frustrated, but we're in the bubble. So I think we get filed as like Trey lovers, deniers, all these other reports are inaccurate. Right. So you are outside of the market, and the things that you're hearing are just kind of like what because I'm at practice. I'm watching the kid. Yeah, he's had some up and down days, but like I watched Jimmy last year. Jimmy was terrible at practice.
Jimmy was awful at
training
camp.
Not to say that he wasn't good during the games, but like I feel like all of this hysteria wrapped around it. Like right now, Peter King saying by week 7, my bold prediction is Jimmy Garoppolo will replace Trey Lance. I'm like, what is this even based on?
Yeah, wasn't his bold prediction last year that Drew Brees was going to come out of retirement? I mean, not all those bold predictions, and I hate that term, comes true. I like Peter King. He's a respected reporter, and I like Albert Breer. I hate Michael Silver. He's a joke, but that's beside the point. As far as those reports go, though, they're hearing something somewhere. I talk to guys that work on your coaching staff, all right? And I'll just tell you, like, a lot of the stuff you see out there is just not legitimate.
What do you think are reasonable? What do you think is reasonably going to happen? Because I have no idea what's going to happen with Trey Lance.
The expectations,
and I don't think anybody really has a great clue. But the people that you're talking to, are they worried? Are they excited? Is it kind of like wait and see? What's the temperature?
Well, one of the guys is no longer on your staff. He's moved on to Miami. But I'll tell you this. He said, and he told me directly, he was like, Trey Lance has the tools to become the next Pat Mahomes. It's just a question of whether or not the guy that he is and the guy that he could be ever meet.
Wow.
So
and
the sky's the limit there.
Wow, I love his mental makeup, too, with Trey Lance. And Benjamin Albright on fire right now, covers the Broncos, covers the NFL for KOA Colorado. Very respected reporter in a game. He's tapped in. Shanahan with this new toy in Trey Lance. What do you expect week 1? This is the best weaponry Shanahan's probably had with Kittle, IU growing in the system, his third year, and, of course, Debo coming off of his season. I think sky's the limit for Shanahan with Trey Lance, but what are the realistic expectations for the 49ers of Trey Lance this season?
Well, you're going to get some growing pains like you are with any young quarterback. I think you have to design something to kind of find out and take advantage of what Trey's comfortable with, and then you add to it. You find things that help him grow, and you add to it piece by piece and try not to overwhelm him. And, eventually, a year and a half, 2 years down the line, you got a complete quarterback. That's kind of the plan with any quarterback. As far as this season, you're going to have some ups and downs. You're going to win in spectacular fashion. You're going to lose some head slappers. And that's just what happens when you have a rookie quarterback. I think there's a nice added dimension with Trey's legs in his offense, and I think that creates another headache, especially with the run fits that that San Francisco gives everybody because of the makeup of that offense. But I also think this could be a breakout season for Brandon Ayuk. Everybody I've talked to over there in that camp says he's having a hell of a camp, and he's going to be a factor this year.
Yeah, I think he may lead the Niners in receiving. I love Brandon Ayuk's prospects this season, Benjamin. I'm right there with you there. So Jimmy Garoppolo, I want to circle back on this before we let you go. Jimmy, you believe will be traded. What team will possibly need Jimmy? Is it the Washington team? What's Carson Wentz probably goes down because that seems inevitable. Is this Seattle? Will the Niners even do a deal with the Seattle Seahawks, Benjamin?
See, that's the thing. Seattle's the most natural fit. I'm just not sure they'd do that deal, and I think Seattle was content trying to wait for him to hit free agency and is content for that. But that's the most natural fit. The other one would seem to be Houston, who did sniff around a little bit. But they didn't really get involved as far as making a formal offer that I understand. As far as the rest of it goes, I look for a team that's potentially a contender that gets a surprise injury to the quarterback. I think that's, we try to predict these things and we look at the state of rosters right now, but we don't know who's going to get hurt in 3 weeks. And it's a team that, is ostensibly a contender that would make that trade. Like if Matt Ryan went down, would the Colts make that trade? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Gold medal performance from Benjamin Albright so far. I mean, my God.
Hey, we got to do this again soon.
Please.
We may need you as a weekly. But real quick, you're at there. Emmanuel Sanders retiring out of nowhere. He's a former Niner. Helped to go to the Super Bowl in 2019. Everybody remembers the overthrow from Jimmy in Super Bowl 54. But Sanders was a very good receiver, maybe underrated, but he's calling it quits, huh?
Yeah, he is. We knew this was going to happen after the loss, the Buffalo loss. He tried to kind of mull it over and think about it, but in the end, just decided to go ahead and hang it up. He'd won a ring, and he'd gotten the money. I think he's headed for a career in media. I'm actually headed over to his retirement presser now. So,
nice.
Hey, well, you know what, Benjamin? You're a roaster. The roast line on our YouTube chat, Comcast Business Text Line, Twitch, they love you. They love you right now. You're just absolute fire.
We really appreciate it.
We appreciate the time, man. And we're glad that you're refuting the report because this driving is crazy. We've been Team Trey Lance from day one, and it just seems like there's so much noise surrounding the young man. It's all good. We'll see what happens week 1 against Chicago. Well, Benjamin, thanks for the time today.
Absolutely, guys. Anytime.
Benjamin Halpern. So somebody's going to clip that video out, and they're going to tag Michael Silver, and it's going to be on.
That was the most incredible interview I've ever heard. Well, first off, I didn't do a great job. I'm going to be real. I don't think we did the greatest job telling the audience, for those that maybe don't know Benjamin.
Yeah.
Benjamin is like NFL tapped in.
Yeah.
He tweets things out, and it's usually 2 and 3 weeks before things end up happening.
And it's accurate.
Always accurate.
Yeah.
And he's really, really good. And one of the things that he's clearly had sources on are the 49ers.
Yep.
He's got a couple of different people in the 49ers organization. And he said, and you heard it from his mouth, I heard specifically because he's got things from the Niners, but also from the Dolphins, because a lot of Niners guys went to the Dolphins when McDaniels left.
I start thinking Wes Welker right away.
Ooh.
I start thinking Wes Welker right away. Now I got to look at their staff and see who else is there. But he said he's got a little Mahomes in him. And then the fact that he said he believes Jimmy Garoppolo will be traded at some point this season.
He said that, and he also said, and I asked him about it, like, Jimmy's the one who's a little, like, peeved that he's not playing.
And I
not
believe
Trey
that.
Lance, which makes so much more sense.
It makes sense. He's on the side field throwing by himself, looking at the team that he just helped quarterback to the NFC Championship game, and he's saying to himself, damn, they just gave my job away like that? Yes, Jimmy, they did. They gave your job away like that. And you had a chance to secure the bag and be the Niners' long-term quarterback. He just couldn't stay healthy.
Well, and the other part is that how many hours of shows, not just us, but people talking in the streets have dedicated to, like, Albert Breer said this, and Peter King says this. And it's all based off what they think might happen down the line, maybe. Not what's really happening.
Right.
What they think might happen. And, like, I know that Peter King is respected by many, and we have him on this station all the time. And I was listening yesterday, and
I'm disagreeing with Peter King. Everything. I think Peter King. And look, I respect Peter King. Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, but we don't have to agree on everything that comes out of your mouth. I can respect you and simultaneously disagree on something.
No doubt about that. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't. But Sports Illustrated, read them every single week. I respect Peter King. But to me, it feels like Trey Lance gave him nothing in that interview. Nothing.
Well,
I know journalists who have personal agendas. When they don't get what they want, this guy, I told you the story over and over about the guy who told me, he was like, Osi Umenyiora when he broke his leg. I I didn't feel sorry for him because he stiffed me for an interview. I was like, damn, that's harsh.
No, that's
harsh.
That's heartless.
That's like, damn, really? Because he didn't give you an interview? You know how many times I've been stiff for an interview? And it's nothing personal. It happens. But Peter King's been so wrong. Jimmy's gonna be cut, or Trey Sermon's gonna be the
first
RB1.
rounder. They're gonna get a first rounder.
They're gonna get a first rounder for him. I never thought that. I didn't think they could get 2 twos for Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought maybe a 3rd round pick. Maybe. If you're a team, the Niners are moving off, and Jimmy, why would I give up top flight compensation for Jimmy Garoppolo? It just didn't make sense to me. He also said Trey Sermon was going to be an RB1. He didn't make it to year 2.
Well, I didn't even think he was going to make the team, and I told you I didn't think he was going to make the team. He didn't have a role. But here's my bigger thing, and I know it's part of his bold predictions because that's lost in the nuances. He's coming up with bold predictions, right? It'd be like me saying, I think my bold prediction of the year is Belichick doesn't come back to the Patriots.
Right.
And I can look like a fool, but it's a bold prediction. It's supposed to be a little out there. But when you say, I mean, what are we thinking after we struggle a little coming up field? And I'm not trying to be mean here. This is the reality. 65-year-old, upper, arrogant, bloated with confidence, who's never competed at the highest level in his life, Peter King, has no idea what it's like to be Trey Lance. And for him to put himself in his shoes and say that, and that's what that column was based off of, because him saying, my prediction is that Trey is going to get replaced, is him losing confidence in himself after struggling a little. You got to be around these athletes to have a feel for them. It's just such a reckless thing to throw out there.
Look at Trey Lance's support system. His father had a cup of coffee in the NFL. You think about North Dakota State and the great coaches they have up there, the great players they have up there. And then you think about Peter King psychoanalyzing a 22-year-old African-American kid. Do they do this with Mac Jones?
No.
They don't do this it's got to be harder replacing Brady than replacing Jimmy Garoppolo. Mac Jones is replacing Tom Brady.
I know.
12 jerseys are everywhere.
Well, he's the greatest quarterback who ever lived.
So we don't psychoanalyze Mac Jones like that?
No.
Zach Wilson's not playing until week 4 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, he's hurt.
And he hasn't made a play in structure in 2 years.
How about psychoanalyzing him?
We don't.
About him staying on the football field and playing in New York City in that market?
We don't.
We don't do that. Justin Fields in Chicago. But for some reason, we want to psychoanalyze Trey Lance. He must be mentally rattled. I think Trey Lance wanted to compete with Jimmy Garoppolo. Hell, he was competing last year in training camp. And who looked better throwing the football? We were down there in practice, Shasky. I heard the play-by-play voice of the 49ers say it's the greatest throwing display I've ever seen at a practice. Trey Lance. But yeah, he's gonna wilt when he has a bad game or he's gonna struggle. He understands the business. He understands the NFL.
Well, he's a high-level athlete. And this is the other thing about the maturity level of Trey Lance. Just let's look at some of the young players that are in the Bay Area white hot light right now, the media spotlight. James Wiseman. I love James Wiseman. I'm rooting for him. I don't know what he's going to be. Maybe he'll be good. Maybe he won't ever be good. Maybe he'll continue to have a lot of injuries. I don't know. But when you see both of them at a podium, who's more mature emotionally?
Trey Lance.
Right now. I'm not ripping James Wiseman.
But he's getting there. He's getting there.
But Trey Lance is clearly wise beyond his years.
Well, Trey Lance had the structure of going to college.
Exactly.
James Wiseman had a cup of coffee at Memphis, and he was gone.
But I'm just saying, I look at Trey Lance, and I don't see immature player. I don't see a guy who looks mentally fragile. I listen to him talk every single day, and I've seen how he conducts himself on that field every day, and I'm like, no, I don't see this mentally fragile individual you're describing.
We were having the same conversation back in May. I was like, maybe you could bring Jimmy back as a backup. And a lot of people, you don't want to do that to Trey. He's fragile. Remember a couple years ago we were talking about Jimmy, right? I was like, maybe bring Cam Newton in as a backup. You don't want to do that to Jimmy. I'm saying if you can't mentally handle that, then you don't need to be the quarterback of my football team. And I thought Trey Lance from day one, I was like, this guy can handle everything. I think he's mentally strong. You look at the way he conducts himself, the way he speaks, the way he looks at your eyes, and he tells the media straight up, I'm going to just be truthful. It doesn't really matter what you guys say.
Well, and then that hurt him.
And that hurts everybody. Told Peter King straight in his face, to be honest with you, I don't care what you say about me. It's about what happens in his locker room.
Which is very
What do my
refreshing.
coaches and players say?
Yeah.
And I love that. A lot of media members don't like that. Oh, wait, you don't care what I write about? No, he doesn't. He doesn't care. And that's why I love Trey Lance. And I can't wait for him to ball out on Sunday. Week 1, Bears. Get closer and closer.
Just think of the difference in a podium right now between And again, you have to be a good player. Like, this is all the podium stuff is irrelevant if you're not good. But Kaepernick had a podium, and young Trey
Kaepernick
Lance
started off well.
He started off great.
And then Harbaugh rubbed off on him.
Exactly. And it was terrible at the end because it was 1 and 2 word answers. And it felt like an insecure player, and he became more in his shell.
Right. And then he opened back up
Absolutely.
when he realized, like, oh, snap, I need to, like, talk. I don't know what was up with that. That was weird.
Whether that was Harbaugh, whether that was him, whether he was going through a tough point in his life, I don't know. But it just felt odd. You know what I mean? And it made the situation worse than it needed to be.
It really did. It really did. All right, fun show, man. Benjamin Albright lit this baby on
I can't
fire.
believe what he said.
Wow.
Give me that Xfinity Flex.